The Fast Life Podcast is brought to you by Simpson Motorcycle Helmets. It's a new year. Get yourself a new lid to rack up some miles and memories in 2020. Go check out all the helmet options, finishes, models, and visor options at simpsonmotorcyclehelmets.com. And also give them a follow at Simpson Motorcycle Helmets on Instagram. Team Dream Rides is the spot if you're looking for a shop to build, maintain, repair, or upgrade your Harley-Davidson. John Jessup is your guy. His shop in Stockton, California is a spot for in-house dyno tuning, parts, and bike sales. It's just about tax season, and if you're one of the fortunate enough folks out there to get a return, treat yourself to those parts you have been wanting. I know you can find just about everything you want and need at teamdreamrides.com, which is offering 100 days same as cash financing on products on the site. All you need is a job and a bank account. And don't forget to give John and the team a follow at DreamRidesJohn on Instagram. You guys already know the FT4 Pro from Lex and Moto is the first in the industry to have a patented utility light with SOS function. Type-C USB charging, which is the fastest on the market, and up to 15 hours of battery life and up to 1.2 miles of intercom range. Head on over to lexandmotorcycle.com, see the many other products, and use FastLife at checkout for 15% off. And always give them a follow on Instagram at lexandmoto. We are on the doorstep of 2020. One of the best upgrades you can do to your motorcycle is a ThunderMax computer. Its ability to auto-tune to your bike's upgrades and riding conditions without the need of a dyno make it, in my opinion, a superior product. Do you want to install your own cam or big bore kit but don't have access to a dyno? Then ThunderMax is your go-to for reliable performance. To check out their ECM applications and many other products to give your Harley-Davidson some new life, head on over to shopteammax.com and follow ThunderMax EFI on Instagram. The team over there at Paint Huffer is always bringing the best stuff to us in the industry. Paint Huffer Metal Flake is the industry standard when it comes to flake. Check out painthuffer.com. Use FastLife12 at checkout for 10% off. Follow Paint Huffer Metal Flake on Instagram and stay up to date on product releases and the works of art produced by many artists from around the place. Also, check out all the artist series that have been coming out. There's a lot of really nice flakes being created by artists such as us and, Poland Designs and Tukey and, Execution Style. There's a ton of flakes coming out branded with shops. So check them out. Lots of cool shit coming out of Paint Huffer. Give them a follow, give them a like, and fuck with them. And last but not least, Big Bear Performance is the go-to for high-quality performance products for your FXR Dyna Softail and performance bagger needs. Along with being the industry leader in Olin suspension sales, service, and tuning, which 100% is the best suspension on the market. Fuck with me if you won't. Their shit's the shit. Check it out, bigbearperformance.com, and you can always give Kevin a call and get the info and answers for your motorcycle's upgrades at 909-479-7788. And as always, give them a follow on Instagram at Big Bear Choppers. Welcome back to the last episode of 2019. If you guys follow us on Instagram, you've probably seen some of the stories we've been posting of doing the construction, remodeling, however you want to put that, at the shop. And we're like 98% done. And I'm sitting in the studio now that you've heard me talk about having for so long on this podcast. And it's kind of, I don't know, I guess it's a reality. I'm sitting in it. So it's a reality, but it's still kind of hard to believe. So, I'm really, I don't know what the right word is, but it's an amazing feeling, and I love seeing this podcast grow, and I love, just that you guys dig it and motivate me to keep going and doing this stuff. So thank you, and I've really found a happy fucking place in this industry doing this stuff and providing all this information about shops and individuals and just cutting up and laughing and having a good time. So thank you guys for supporting this for now 2 years. You know what I mean? It's awesome. Thank you. And I hope, we'll be doing this for another 2 years. We fucking better, man. I spent a lot of goddamn money making this place what it is now. So as you guys probably also heard it, we're going to be doing a party here this weekend, January 4th. And man, if you're within a reasonable amount, man, come out. You know, I'm taking all the money that we get from Patreon this month, and that's buying beer for everybody. So we're gonna buy a shit ton of cases, and it's gonna be free beer as long as, you know, however much there is, and just kind of a way of saying thank you. You know, so I appreciate everything, and looking forward to everything we're doing. So yeah, really appreciate all my customers who have been very patient with us as we've been going through this process, and you know, I really thank you guys a lot too for not going crazy on me, because I've been taking a little bit longer to do the work that I normally could do and a lot quicker. But the space that we've created here to paint, to hang out, to congregate, to work on bikes, to airbrush, to podcast, to create video content, you know, it's going to make 2020 a really great year. So thank you guys for all your patience and all that shit. So this podcast that we did to last night actually was with my buddy Saxon, my buddy Matt, who went on the Cali trip with us, and another buddy, Clay, who is a recent FXR owner through this podcast, actually. And, you know, somebody that I've done work with a lot. He does powder coating for a living. And these guys really came out a lot, you know, and we started this project right before Thanksgiving. These guys showed up. They were here, you know, at first they was here every weekend. Then it was turned into every day after work. Then it just kind of turned into an obsession for us all, I think, just to kind of see it through and see it done. And, you know, last night after we, you know, painted the last stroke of paint on some of the walls and sweeped up the last bit of sawdust, you know, it was a very accomplished feeling for us all. And, you know, and of course it was real late too. So, you know, the podcast kind of took a minute to get rolling, but, you know, it's awesome. And I really appreciate everything from everyone, you know. Hope that I am still coming off humble, because I feel very humbled to have so much support and friends and family to help do all this shit. So thank you guys. Yeah, so we just talked, man, 3 hours, had a good time. You know, it was only fitting that these guys got to be the first podcast in here. So, you know, it happened, and looking forward to everything. So anyway, I'm gonna stop, you know, just talking and get into this podcast. So here we are, Saxon, Matt, and my boy Clay.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out?
Fast Life Podcast.
Yeah, it should be good now, I think. Yeah, it's weird having all this new equipment. It's like I don't fucking know how to use it.
So, yeah, you got to get it dialed in at some point in time.
Yeah, that last podcast we put out was not the best. It was like too loud. So it was, you know what I mean? It was kind of, I guess.
Overbearing or something?
I guess if you put it in certain cars, I don't know. I mean, I try to like sound check it all before I put it out there, but it's just really hard to tell. Yeah, so.
When you're learning, there's only so much you can do at one given time.
Do you do it all here, or do you do that at home?
No, I do it here. Well, I try to do it here because it's quieter here than at the house, and the internet at the house sucks. So like when I would do the intro and outro and then upload it, I would do that here at the shop because it was, you know, the internet here is pretty good in the house.
It's more of a guarantee that it's actually going to do everything it's supposed to do here.
If I try to upload the podcast at home, it might take 35, 45 minutes to upload it, and here it's like 5 to 10 minutes.
Does it affect the quality at all?
No, it just takes forever. Okay. Like, I don't know, I guess because it's like a business, like we have a business internet here, it's like naturally a little bit higher than like a home one would be. Because I think we have a basic home one, yeah.
Yeah, the internet otherwise is trash out here.
Maybe you should get some like computer speakers or something, and you can kind of test it out.
Well, so, I do have it, but, you know, like I would try to test it out where, like, I would try to test it in the settings where people would listen to it, like over like a speaker in a shop, in like my laptop speakers or headphones. That way, because once I finish doing the recording, then I'll unplug the mic or the headphone from this mixer and plug it in the laptop and then edit from the laptop. But of course, I'm not like a fucking editor, so I'm just like trying to make it sound cool. Or a
sound engineer.
Yeah.
Well, you're learning it though, so.
Well, the thing that I guess would bother me is like when you put out a podcast that you can't turn it up loud enough to hear it. Like that's more annoying to me than anything.
Yeah, it's gonna be super annoying. Like, dude, I can't hear this. Like,
you got your fucking radio maxed out, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, still can't hear this.
Yeah, then once it's over playing regular music, it's deafening.
Yeah. Or no, you get a text message or something that comes through the radio.
that fucking hell yeah,
What?
Yeah.
Sounds trash. Go on.
Anyway, so we built this, right?
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
This has been it's
Yeah,
been fun, man.
This thing is super cool.
Yeah. It's been a project. That's what it.
Hell yeah, we put a lot of work into this shit.
Like I say, I think y'all were around a lot more of it than I was, but
Well, you came along. I mean, man, I don't even know where to start with
I
this shit,
definitely
man.
came.
Like, it was kind of a rough idea, I think, and then it kind of just blossomed into this like shit show that we are sitting on top of now.
Yeah. You thought about it, and then all of a sudden there's a wall down, and like, well, I guess it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just made it happen. That's
We're,
for sure.
I mean, we're fucking good, dude. This
Yeah,
shit looks.
I would
looks
be
fucking
impressed.
professional.
I would be impressed that
Not-
it came out.
Not
it
trying to
came out
brag
really
or
nice.
nothing.
Yeah. No, I mean, dude, it's it's weird because it's like I feel like it's not mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's so new. It's so
Yeah,
it's like,
it-
is this real?
Yeah, you ever had like a dream where you like got something you always wanted, then you're like, you kind of know you're in a dream. You're like, fuck, man, I'm gonna wake up anytime soon. You know what I mean? Not saying that this is like some fantasy that I've ever had, but I mean, I just put a post on Instagram, and I think I said it best there. It's like, this is exactly what I dreamed of having that I could afford. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's everything that you could get out of what you could manage to.
Because I remember I got back from SEMA, and I started looking at some properties to like maybe do like a storefront / podcast studio. Like that was kind of the concept. And then we went and priced them out and around here, and it was just like, it was going to cost like $4,000 to put first month and last month in, and
There's immediate, instead of building costs, I'm just building something.
yeah,
out
it
real quick.
just literally $4,000 forking over to be into a place. And then, I think me and Jesse had went and looked at a couple spots in like downtown Waxahachie over here. And
Because they have cool lofts and stuff. I just don't know how expensive that stuff is now.
well, the one that we wanted the most was right next door to that place, the shop. Really dope spot. But and the shop was
Yeah.
down for us being
There's
there,
that
but
sign shop across the street from there or whatever.
yeah, it's across the
Yeah.
street. But
Yeah,
next
yeah.
door is
Yeah.
the spot we were looking at.
Yeah, it's a cool little corner right
But
there.
it was like it's set up for a restaurant, and the landlord didn't want. They wanted a restaurant in there. You know what I mean? Which makes sense.
That's
But
what
I
they're
mean,
shooting for.
if it's fucking vacant for 6 months and someone wants to rent it, then fucking rent it.
Yeah,
you know
put
what I
them
mean?
in there. Yeah, let them make something out of it.
Like, I'm not gonna take your grease trap out, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a good thing you didn't go with anything like that though, because this turned out really good.
Well, yeah. The thought was, if I would go into the, that'd have been $4,000 put into that place, right? And then I would still have to. It'd be another $2,000 at the end of the next month,
Yeah.
and then another $2,000, another $2,000,
Yeah.
and then.
Especially if you already had this.
Yeah, and then
place.
so and then I kept looking at this, and then I thought about doing something on top of the booth before because we have the high ceilings and shit. But I really don't. It hasn't been that long, realistically. Like we started this
From start
right
to finish.
Yeah, we started this right
It's been
before.
a month, pretty much.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Thanksgiving, but it feels like the longest month ever.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, a lot happened in a month's period of time.
I mean,
like
you were here most of the time anyways, so you got to see it. But like the times I was working and came after work, and then the weekends, I didn't see it as much. But from just a DIY thing,
Yeah,
it went smooth to me. I didn't think it took long.
yeah. I
it
mean,
almost went too smoothly.
yeah, there's no disasters.
well, Friday we'll have Mark T-Bar Jesus up in here, Steve Chamberlain, and myself. So if this floor is gonna hold anybody, we're gonna find out then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna
Find out
put
early.
it to the test. Yeah.
I think it's going to do just fine.
Yeah. I mean, it feels solid.
Got to talking to the mics.
Hello.
I would say it's going to do just fine.
Yeah, it'll be good. I mean, you put a lot of reinforcement under here, so it should be good.
Yeah, it's it looks cool, right? Everything looks pretty cool, but I got to make sure it works. Like I haven't really painted anything in it. I haven't airbrushed in that new little area, so I don't know. I mean, hopefully that little vent fan is gonna like suck out the fumes.
So wait to do all of that after the party.
But well, shit.
You got to see how functional it is. Yeah, making it look good was the easy part technically.
I've said it on this podcast quite a bit that I wanted to build like a retail place. That way I can sell helmets and things like that to where people that are in town can come check out the place. And the weirdest thing is when people are coming through Dallas and they're like, hey, man, I want to come check out the shop, listen to the podcast, love the paintwork kind of thing. And then, I mean, y'all remember what the shop looked like before. It wasn't
Looked like
Just plain
a lot like a
Jane.
shop.
Yeah.
it wasn't exactly the kind of thing that you would want to drive 20 miles out of downtown Dallas to see.
Yeah,
That's what we were talking about downstairs. He said it looks like almost like a backyard, like with the lights and everything. Like if we had the washerboards out there,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty sick.
It just kind of has that vibe.
Yeah,
with
it just
those-
looks like with the lights off and they're dim like that.
The kind of concept I had is like I said, my pocketbook availability and affordability was that whole like Rob Dyrdek Fantasy Factory thing.
Yeah.
And the whole like Joe Rogan studio experience thing, where it's like you have a place where you can do the podcast like we're doing now, but everything I like to do or I do for a living is I can do under this roof. So it's like, we have the paint down there, we have the lift to go work on bikes, we have the airbrush area. There's like the way it's all set up with lighting and space now that like I can do photography and video shit if I want to do it,
Yeah, best case scenario is to consolidate.
Yeah.
You have everything right at your fingertips, and you're paying, just your regular instead of paying multiple monthly.
Yeah, yeah. And that was a scary thing because if I went into another place, I would have had that rent, that monthly rent, and like this thing right here isn't quite, profitable enough yet to like cover my livelihood. So I would have had to still rent out a shop to paint in.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
So it would have been like almost a $3,000 to $4,000 a month bill just rent in the shop, in the both shops to kind of keep it rolling. But,
Yeah, I remember you were talking about at your house. You were
yeah.
you were thinking about doing it in your backyard or something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking about buying like a big, like those sheds they have at like Home Depot
Yeah.
that you can kind of. I was thinking
Yeah.
about buying something like that and turning it into like an airbrush studio.
Dude, that would have been pretty cool too. But I mean, you already had a place.
It
Yeah.
seems good, but then
Yeah.
you realize how much money you have to put into it to make it
Yeah,
efficient.
I only say that because I've always wanted to
Yeah,
get
build
one of those
things.
and
Yeah, I've
fucking
always
build it
thought
out.
those things are really cool.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Way before like tiny houses were cool, those things like, dude, that thing's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about doing was the containers. Like how they would take
Yeah.
the shipping containers and like deck them
The
out.
Connexes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
dude,
follow.
if I had the money, I think it'd be sick as fuck because we have that big lot behind the shop. Like put like 2 containers that open up into like patio bars and shit.
That'd be fucking
Yeah,
sick.
just make it real sick back there. That would be awesome.
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, fuck, dude. Like, I want this place. I kind of want to have, we talked about having bike nights here and shit, and just doing our own thing, and which is cool because instead of like going to bars and shit like we had been doing, like we can just buy a case of beer and just drink it here. You know what I mean?
About the same.
And have
Everybody
just
throw
as
down
much
on
or
a
better
keg or
fun.
something.
Yeah. We can play cornhole
Yeah, you can do whatever you
and
want.
washers.
Yeah, got the washboard.
But you
You
don't
gotta-
have the
you gotta get
excitement
it.
of the random hobos.
Yeah.
Coming through
Yeah,
every
I
now
mean,
and
the
good story.
The thing about like we haven't really talked about it much, but the Anvil Deep Ellum bike night, this whole year has just been super weird. You know what I mean? Like Deep Ellum's had so many, like, was it stabbings and shootings?
Yeah, there's
and-
people that jumped off buildings and shit.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, there's like a block
like a
away,
couple
like
blocks
2
away,
blocks
yeah.
away.
Oh shit!
Somebody
This not even high enough to jump off and
It's
die.
D-Town, dude, damn.
There's some. I mean, not right there in Deep Ellum, but like
Yeah.
a couple blocks away.
Like
where
the
Yeah,
apartment
it was one of
houses?
The high
it was
buildings are?
It was a business
Oh, a
that
business.
jumped out of like a big bank or something. I can't remember.
I didn't
what.
even know
Damn.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have a
it
few
was on
friends
bike
that-
night too.
Seriously.
Really?
Yeah, it was like
on a
that morning.
Tuesday.
Oh, fuck.
On a Tuesday. That's hilarious.
But so the bike night is just it's kind of struggled. I wouldn't say struggle because we've always said like the bike night is just us going out to have fun. If 40 people show up, cool. If 4 people show up, that's cool too. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
just the
Yeah.
thing that there's always somebody there to kick it with. But then our bartender left, right? And that
Oh,
Yeah.
that'll kill it.
I feel like
Man.
I feel like that's one of the weird things about when you get older and you get a bar and a bartender, right? Like they come in a pair.
One that works
Yeah.
well. It just
You
says,
know?
all
It's
right,
like
this one gets
Cheers.
it.
Yeah, it's like Cheers.
Yeah, when
Like
you
the-
walk into Anvil, you want to see the bartender.
People.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chris.
But to
dude,
say
he's-
you're seeing the same people every week just as well.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, like
yeah.
in you.
Yeah,
It's that cool feeling when you walk up to the bar and he already knows what you
yeah,
want.
yeah. He shakes.
He's like, "Hey,
so-
I don't need your card. Just pay at the end." 'cause
Yeah, like he knows that you're
thank
you're
you.
gonna be here every week. He's
Yeah.
not like You know, and that's why like when they would have new bartenders there and you go and order a drink and they're like, cash or card. I'm like, oh fuck, you know.
New
You
guy,
kinda-
New guy, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it does feel good when you have that, like you build that relationship with like a bartender and they just know, man. It makes you fucking feel like you're going, it's cheers.
Yeah.
Everybody knows your name, right?
Yeah, it's nice. You're like, man, I've been working my ass off all day. I ain't trying to deal with nobody. Just give me a beer.
But yeah, and then, you know, so the bike night just kind of, I don't know. I mean, it just kind of, it just kind of got to, I don't know. I don't even know the right word. Like the bike night was still fun. We were still going, but it just wasn't the scene of Deep Ellum had kind of died.
Yeah.
Deep Ellum changed a lot.
Like I said, I have a handful of friends in Dallas, and they've all told me, they're like, oh, we don't go to Deep Ellum. They're like,
Yeah.
that place is super ghetto, and a bunch of bad shit keeps going down, and we're not going down
Yeah.
to Deep. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, damn, I thought that place was getting it on.
I like
You
it like
It's
that.
a cool
I mean,
spot. I like all the graffiti in it. It's a cool spot. Deep Ellum's always been cool.
Hell yeah.
well, it started getting super trendy when they were redoing what was it, Main Street, turning it all into like Uptown, and so a lot of people weren't digging that shit. But then,
Yeah, it was like real hipster.
The locals weren't
Yeah.
digging the
dude,
uppity
all the
crowd.
fucking prices just went up through the roof just so because all these property values went up and shit. So
Yeah.
you used to be able to go to Deep Ellum and have a good night for like $25-$30, and then it turned into $60-$70.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
used to like. I used to not go to Uptown because Deep Ellum wasn't. It had a different vibe to it, you know.
Yeah.
Uptown was like real preppy, I guess you could say.
Yuppies.
There's like dress
We call 'em
codes in
yuppies down
bars.
here.
Yeah.
Like you can't go in a bar like dressed a certain way. Like fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
I think the one thing
Can't
that
wear
I
those shoes.
Yeah, what the fuck?
No flat
Can't wear
bills.
a hat. Like what?
no white T-shirts like. the
No
fuck?
white tees.
Well, the whole concept of like paying to get into a place that you also have to pay to drink at, like I don't.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
understood. After I was 21, I was like, what do you mean I got to pay? I'm 21.
Yeah.
I'm not 18. I don't have to pay.
Yeah.
I'm about to spend a lot of money on alcohol.
I just had to spend $10 on parking.
Yeah.
Right. It's fucking.
It's like, yeah, I don't really get that. I mean, I think people obviously people still go clubbing and shit. I guess that's the word, right?
Yeah.
I don't
But-
know, do they? Do people do that shit still?
That
I mean,
clubbing
if you're into
thing?
dancing, I
Somebody
guess.
is.
I mean, like, what is the draw to go to a club versus just going to a bar? Is it for the, like, I want to sit at a bar for 15 minutes while the bartender gets every chick at the bar taken care of before he acknowledges that I'm here? Is that
That's some
like
real shit.
You got to
Like,
go.
come
to-
on, dude.
Shit,
All I gotta do
sometimes
is
you
just-
just got to go to the club and pop that ass. You know, just sometimes.
That sounds good.
Just
But-
twerk. You know.
oh, man, I don't. And then all the girls that go to those type of places, like those, I don't fuck with that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to deal with their bullshit.
Yeah.
Hell no.
And not that I'm going for any girls in general, but I'm just saying, like, back in the day, going to those kind of places, it's like, okay, I'm not going to, for one, I'm not fucking waiting in a line to get into any fucking place that I have to also buy beer at, right?
I have been there. I've been there, done that.
So you get an outfit, you go to this fucking spot, then you pay to park, then you wait in line and hope that, like either A, you get allowed to go into this place or the number ratio
Not
equal-
on the list.
Do I look cool
Well, then
enough?
when you get in, it's like shoulder
Roxbury.
to shoulder, so you have to crawl to get to the bar.
This is living, right? Yeah. It's fucking horrible, man. Bars are where it's at.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, that club shit is terrible.
saw this thing on Facebook. I reposted it. It was about, you know, everyone partying, but they're not where they want to be in life. I'm trying to.
Oh, like
and it
that
says
TI
where you-
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says you're not where you want to be in life or
What are
something
you
like
celebrating?
that. What are you celebrating? Like, yeah, you party every weekend, but what are you celebrating?
I like to say, like, yeah, so that is a good question to ask somebody, but I just would respond, I'm not celebrating, I'm drinking my sorrows away.
I'm doing the
I
exact
go to a
opposite,
bar.
actually. You know, I once thought about, like, man, it'd be cool to open a bar because I'm like, if somebody's happy and they have something to celebrate, they're going to a bar. If somebody's broke and they got $10 in their pocket, they're going to a bar.
Yeah.
I was like, you got them.
You don't have a family on Christmas and New Year's or Thanksgiving, you're going to the
You're
bar.
going straight
Yeah.
to
It's
a
the
bar.
only fucking place open. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get you some good bar food somewhere.
Make it happen.
Hell yeah.
You know, the bartender might get hooked up with some drinks or something too.
Yeah, that was what
Right?
was cool about it. Is we were getting that fucking time. We were there with Chris, me, you, and Matt, and then you two had a fucking shot contest drinking car bombs or some
Yeah,
shit.
car bombs. Yeah.
Good grief.
Yeah, and then
He didn't realize I could drink it as fast as he could. He's like, "Oh no, we got to do this for real now." And
Got
we ended
this.
up doing 2 more.
And then the PBR girl just shows up on a scooter
Yeah.
one day, just pulls up on
What's
a
up, guys?
scooter, and then just like,
Well, they hooked us
hey.
up for like the 1 year anniversary of the bike night. The PBR chicks came out and they hooked us up with a couple
Yeah.
cases, which I thought was
Yeah,
cool.
that
Like,
was pretty cool.
they gave us a couple cases. The bar and the PBR chicks gave us a couple cases of beer to
Yeah.
drink on the anniversary instead of like us having to spend money there. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
thought that
yeah.
was cool.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a little sign of appreciation for sure.
Hell yeah.
Here's some free beer.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
don't
I
go
was
back there
actually
every
I
Tuesday.
couldn't find. I used to have the chick's card. I was trying to find her number to call her to see if they would hook us up with a couple cases for the party this weekend.
Oh yeah.
But I couldn't find the card, and I was gonna hit up Chris too. But I was like, man, I haven't talked to Chris much since he's been in the new bar, and I don't want the first thing I do when I
Yeah,
text him be like,
hey,
hey,
can you
dude,
get
can
me
you
some-
get us free
What's up,
beer?
guy?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, invite him.
no, I think I did on Facebook.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
hope
he's
he
on the
comes,
inside, I
dude.
think.
He's cool as fuck. I'd
He's
like
a
to
good
hang
dude.
out with him outside of the bar, like where he's not working.
Yeah.
I
Let
bet
him
he's,
cut
I
loose
bet
a
he's
little
fun
bit.
as fuck to hang out with.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Dude,
I
I
bet
remember
you
he gave me
parties.
like a fucking eighth of weed when I got off probation.
Like, here, dude, you need this. You need
Hell yeah.
this.
Congratulations here.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah, he always had the dopest dab pins too.
That's hilarious. It's always a good guy to know right there.
He's like, "Oh, you don't want that shit. This is the good shit."
He told me how he went to Vegas to go watch, I think, the band Fish. And he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I was messed up all day over there.
But yeah, the man, like I said, man, it was I really don't know how to like describe, like, how do you think this all like came, like, trying to find a way to word this, but it started with us knocking this, or I kind of knocked a wall
You
down,
knocked the wall down. Yeah.
and then I was like, okay, well, I kind of have to do it. Remember, the top of this floor it was just covered in dust and everything, and
Yeah.
That had to suck.
That old fucking insulation just.
that was like the
Like
first
dust all
weekend,
over.
right? Where we
I'm
were
glad I wasn't
like
here.
you were
Yeah.
here, right? So it was me, you, and Matt, and like we just kind of decluttered the top of the paint booth here, and it was just fucking just like an 1/8 inch thick of dust, and like
It was
car parts
ridiculous.
from the previous guy that rented this place out, and all kinds of shit, man.
Treasure.
Dude, it was a
Yeah.
nightmare putting it in the dumpster, having to wad it
Yeah.
up. Oh, man. It was just dust everywhere.
Yeah, I'd fucking go home with like I'd have to clean my nose out. Toilet paper would be full of dust in my ears and shit. It was
Get that dirty
terrible.
work out of the way.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a good thing
Dude,
I
we-
wasn't wearing my
dude.
respirator.
We got through it pretty quick though. We like
It was just one night, or it was one weekend, and then because we didn't work that Sunday, we just did like a Friday. No, we did like a real late Saturday, because
Yeah.
that was the first night we went back to my house and started playing like cornhole and drinking and shit.
yeah, we had a few like late nighters till like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
a couple times.
And then I think so Craig from fucking Florida just comes out here out of
yeah.
nowhere.
He was,
Right.
he was just saying, like, oh, I was already in the area, so I decided to stop by.
He shows up with like DeWalt tools and shit.
Dang, bust down.
Drives a truck for a living,
And
but
he
has
didn't know.
some nice ass legit DeWalt fucking full set tools.
He's ready
and
to
shit.
go.
Yeah, he didn't know you were doing this. He just stopped by. So that was pretty fun.
Dang.
That's convenient as fuck.
That was a tough weekend, because that weekend, like Friday, we started tearing the walls out of the booth to cut it
dude,
down.
yeah.
And I needed to have the booth back together, even though I think I've only painted one helmet in the booth since it's been done. But it had to be back together by Monday. You know what I mean?
That's still a
Yeah.
big decision to tear down your paint booth. You
Yeah,
know?
because if
Like, all right,
if something
that's
like
where-
if
that's
something
your
did
limit.
get held up, then we would have been kind of fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
you're screwing
But-
yourself there.
It was I think the hardest part clearly was doing the drywall shit.
I lucked out on that part.
It wasn't the
fucking
most
pneumonia.
entertaining part of the
Yeah,
build.
you had pneumonia
That's
the
for
rest
sure.
of the time.
Hell yeah. And I sat at home and y'all did the hard part.
You had to get better.
Yeah, I think my favorite part, though, was doing the paint booth with that
Dude,
metal.
hell
Yeah, that
was
paint
really
booth is
good.
really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Like
I
as soon
mean,
as I
it-
saw that, I was like, "Dang, this is cool. This is a nice
Yeah.
little setup."
I think it works. I painted a helmet. I haven't done a bike yet, so haven't had a massive.
I feel like
I don't see
it's
why.
more sealed off now than it was before.
It might be. I mean, the way it
think
was
it
before,
is.
it was all drywall and it was tape
Yeah.
embedded. So I feel like that would kind of seal it up, more. But there was the big doors and things like that. So I think,
Yeah.
I don't know. It.
Now everything's taped off, and you got
Yeah.
all the caulking in there. And the
I know.
foam.
I know. With the doors, it had more airflow going through there, so
Yeah.
I think that now, I don't know. I think it would be more efficient the way it is because
Well, I
being a
think
smaller area with a little bit.
I
less
think
of an
I
opening.
need it to suck more, right? So the way it was with the big doors and all those filters was I felt like it flowed air, but it didn't suck it out quick enough.
Didn't
you know?
thuck it. Didn't thuck it out.
And so like getting the fucking just putting the filters on the side of the booth like that, I feel like it's going to create more of a draft coming through. Hopefully,
Dude,
and
this
just
shit looks good.
I say
You said it looks good.
About to say, it definitely looks like it'll work well. I don't see why it wouldn't work
It
well.
looks like it works great.
I've always like the other like fantasy job I've always had is I've always wanted to like do like man cave things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like one of my buddies, he actually sent me a message a while ago. I guess he saw the stuff on Instagram, but he's like, we used to talk about how we love to set up our shop. Like the funnest thing was getting your shop dialed into work. But then when you're done, you're like, I don't fucking want to work in it. I just want to like chill in it.
Just
like,
enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, oh, that's so nice.
But yeah, that's the only thing about it is just, I hope it works. I think it's going to be a much more efficient place to work, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I made it a little bit hard not having a big door to pull things in and out of the booth, but I'm really trying to get away from doing the larger bikes. Like, Matt has a huge shop behind his house, and we were talking about building a nice size paint booth in his.
Yeah.
That way he can handle the bigger jobs, the bigger bikes, and do all the paint work on that shit. And then
Be
I can
badass.
just do the artwork here.
Hell yeah.
So
One piece at a time.
I need to call this bitch Fast Life Studios out front, kind of like No Limit Studios.
That'd be
back in the
pretty
day.
sick.
Get your little sign.
I like,
just
I
change
like
that
that.
sign up. This is the studio, so
That sign is the other part of this desk. When I had the plywood cut, that piece was left over, so I just painted the logo on it.
Hey, don't waste
sick.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
better
glad
than
you
wasting
kept it. Dude. It looks so good when you walk into this room.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, it's perfect.
clear as
It
day.
would
Fast
it
Life
would be
Garage.
kind of cool if it said Fast Life, the Fast Life podcast though.
I mean, you got another side to that board.
Yeah, just flip it over.
Room for growth.
I could do that, huh?
What you're missing is a huge mural of your face right there.
Nah.
Or just
That was one of the weird things that I kept getting. It wasn't weird, but that was one of the things that kept getting asked on like Instagram and shit. Like, you gonna tag up the walls or do art on the walls? And I'm not a real big fan of that look.
Yeah.
Yeah, like think about it. Like this one dude, we painted his bike that last Sportster we had here, and he does graffiti. And he's like, man, like, you gonna do some cool shit on the walls? Like, man, like, even if you were to come here and I wouldn't want you to do it on the wall. Like, that's art. Like, I don't want it on fucking drywall. I would rather just buy like a badass piece of plywood, like a nice piece, and then you
And
paint that, and then I'll just
hang it. Yeah.
Yeah, that way I can
Frame
take
it
it
out.
with me.
Sick,
Something
dude.
make it look super
Yeah.
sick and hang it
Yeah.
up. You got a lot of space for something really cool like that.
That'd be badass for that space on that wall right there.
Down there.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's all just based on whatever theme you're doing. You wanted more of a cleaner look with artwork.
Well, so
And-
kind of leaving some of the walls open is that I want to add new, like one of the cool things is like some of my friends sending me like pinstripe panels they did. Like I'm down with like loading this place up with other people's artwork as well, just to create the vibe. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's almost like I wouldn't mind doing some of my own artwork as well, but having other people's work here too that I admire helps like inspire. You know what I mean?
It's
Yeah.
always cool to have other people's shit.
Yeah.
going, man.
So like I kind of like if I had a painting and it was the one sitting on my desk that I looked at my own shit all the time, it would be like a very like if I was ever doing a project that I wasn't sure myself on, then it would kind
You
of
just analyze yourself all the time.
yeah, you would
that
just be
same
like,
thing, you
fuck,
keep
man, I'm a loser,
Yeah,
Or
I
you
wouldn't.
just,
I
or
don't
you just
like
walk
looking at
down
my
the
own
hallway.
shit.
Just walk down the hallway and look at stop and look at your shit and just like, damn, I'm good.
But I say you've already hung up a lot of cool stuff that you can tell it's like your personal type stuff, which is good for your inspiration. Like I feel like
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
walking in here, you walk through that door, that like breeds inspiration immediately. Just how
Well, that's what I would
having-
like. You know, I would like it to
having
be.
somebody else's shit.
You know, me and Brian from Paint Huffer, we were talking about doing classes and shit, and we were probably gonna do them at his shop. But I feel like we have the spot here too to do it here. You know, like we have a paint booth, we have plenty of fucking floor space now to do, and then you know, like. I don't know. I think it'd be cool to do some classes here, like some custom
Let's say
paint
if
classes.
people are coming out of state, you got tons of hotels. And,
Yeah.
I mean, every restaurant you could think of right there without.
Not
technically-
quite every restaurant. You can
Well, you know,
think-
what I mean,
when you live
enough.
here, you ain't got
for
shit.
the you know, for
shit.
they got all the average shit for sure.
Yeah.
You can go to Dallas.
Yeah,
if
you can go
wanna
to
explore,
Applebee's.
but
Yeah, we can go to Trapplebee's.
Chili's,
it's,
bro.
it's good,
Waxahachie's
like
finest
some
in
of those
there.
airbrush classes, they travel across the country. It would be good for Paint Huffer to do that. He could do one there where he's at.
Yeah.
Do one here, and maybe someone like along the coast or something. You know, that's
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's kind of like the direction a lot of people are going in the paint world. I mean, you've been to the Brush Masters
Brush
twice
Masters.
now,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
What was that? You both Colorado, or you did the
No,
Kentucky
I went
one?
to I drove out to Kentucky because the old FXR didn't make it, and then I rode it almost to Colorado.
So wait,
Still didn't
Kentucky
make it.
was this year too, right?
Kentucky was 2018, September of 2018.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought they were doing them twice a year.
This one like almost kind of was because they did. I believe Kentucky was in September, and then they did it in I think it was June.
June, yeah, because that's when we were riding through.
Yeah.
That so did you know, Matt? He was the one I was
Yeah,
telling
we
you
talked
about.
about it, yeah.
We were passing by, and he was just like you know, in between. You know, like when you're right there at what was the mountain that we were? The mountain was in between us. It was Pikes Peak was in between you and me.
Yeah.
So we were on
Yeah, I
the
was right
highway
down in
north of
Colorado
it. You were on the
Springs.
south side of it. So
Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
I think you came to Colorado Springs, but you were in like another area before.
I was in Penrose, yes,
Penrose, that's
which is a
right.
little further, like I guess you'd say southwest from there by like
Yeah.
30 minutes or something like that. But the shop, that's whenever I found out that no Harley, you know, I'm new to the shit, so that's when I found out that no Harley Davidson dealerships work on FXR supposedly. That's
Yeah.
what they told me. They were like, "Nah, dude, we can't do anything for you. Don't even bring it here."
Yeah.
I was like, that was in Pueblo.
Uh-huh.
I was like, okay. I was like, well, can you at least refer me? And they referred me to a guy that was in Colorado Springs.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up taking care of me. He was a cool old biker dude. But yeah, so I was in Colorado Springs trying to pick up my bike. I was waiting to pick it up. And thankfully, I mean, he knocked it out like in one night.
What was it?
My primary, the belt.
That's right. Yeah.
My belt busted, like some sort of trash bag or something. As I was just cruising down the road, I seen like a little bit of like a white flash come out from underneath the 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
And I got down to the bottom of this hill, and then traffic started. So I shifted all the way down into neutral, and I sat there for a couple of seconds. I went to take off. I had nothing.
Oh.
And I already had like gear whine hard because my inner primary had been leaking oil since I left Texas.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, like whatever that was, it's all trash in there now. Like I was pretty much waiting on that to happen. And then I get off the bike and I just see this conglomerate of, it almost looked like a heavy duty saran wrap that like you wrap a pallet with,
Yeah.
like a pallet full of heavy sand or something. It had just wrapped itself around my wheel and wrapped itself all the way around my belt. And then it was already, remember it was an old belt and you were like,
Yeah.
just run it till it breaks. Like if you're going to do it, like just run it. And I was like, it was still a pretty good belt. It just had age on it.
Just
And,
run it so it breaks, and you decide to go across country on it.
So
Yeah,
what
it's
you're
like
saying, it's Jace's fault.
No, definitely not his fault. But I think that's the only reason, because a lot of people were pretty blown away that plastic could actually snap a belt as strong as the belt should be. And I'm like, well, the only thing I think that would explain that is it was an old belt.
Yeah, yeah. Could have been weathered and cracked up.
just
and
been
shit.
sitting. Just the bike had been sitting up.
Where
for a
was
while.
the? How far from Primrose or Primrose?
Penrose?
Penrose.
Colorado.
When you say that, I think of like Hunger Games.
Some shit on Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Oh,
What was there like a flower in that fucking game or
Penrose.
movie or some shit?
I think that was one of their last names.
Bloody
It
hell.
was something similar to that.
Oh.
Yeah.
How far away was Brushmasters from that area?
It was. Damn, that's a good question.
Is it like deep off up in the mountains?
Yeah, dude, it's in a super cool spot. Like it's like in a little nest egg in the mountains, like up near, I should know all this off the top of my head right now. It's north of Durango,
Okay.
a ways.
So you're kind of, if you're north of Durango,
why I
then you're
can't-
like $1 million highway area and shit.
Yeah, it was, the ride up there was really cool.
Silverton?
Now we were lower than that. We cut across same way. We cut from east to west, but in Pueblo, I don't know what the road is, but you can cut over, and you kind of go through Penrose, and then you go on up through. It's basically just underneath. They run parallel.
Yeah, yeah.
It was awesome. It was awesome, and there's some like cool. There's a big dam, and you can camp right there. Like we camped. There's like a little state park type of deal. So we just pulled in there and camped the night. I want to say it was like 2.5 hours maybe or something like that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Maybe. And we were just like, they had a few cars we were all just cruising. But it was obviously everything in Colorado is scenic.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
everything is scenic. There's rivers. Most roads are next to a river of some sort or something. So
that's kind of we were riding through Colorado, me and Matt here. That was kind of the coolest part of all like going west, because it seems like most of those rivers clearly are made from the snow melt running.
Down the Rocky Mountains, which are technically,
and they create all these badass rivers everywhere. And it's like when we camped and we did that podcast, the first Cali trip podcast, we were just on the side of like Interstate 70. Was it?
I thought it was 80.
Was it 80?
I'm terrible.
Whatever goes through Denver and goes east and west. We were on that
you
highway.
You go to Denver and then you cut up over to Silverton, Vale.
Oh no, yeah,
so on
80.
and so forth.
80 was
80 was the one that we went
through
to
Glenrose or Glenwood Canyon.
Yeah,
that was 80.
Okay, that's 80 that cuts across.
Yeah.
I think it's
east and
70.
west.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
70 or
probably
80.
70.
I think 80 is the one that goes
yeah.
through Cheyenne and then cuts into Salt Lake City and then goes across to yeah. So we're 70 because it goes 40, 70, 80, and then I think 90 is the one that goes through like Sturgis and shit.
People from Colorado like these guys.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
But yeah, those that was cool. Like where we stayed, the campground we stayed at, like the fucking Colorado River was right over there, and it's like you can hear it, and it's just fucking awesome. You know, the hell, when we camped at fucking Durango that time.
Yeah, you were probably like 5 feet from the water.
Yeah, yeah.
Durango's like one of my favorite areas.
Yeah,
all up through there. I think it's the San Juan Forest or something like that. All up through that whole area is just blows
I feel like
me away.
everything
I
in
love
America
being
is
up
called
there.
San Juan something. You know what I mean?
Something like that. It
It's
should.
just like San Juan
should.
Mountain,
Isn't that-
San Juan Forest, San Juan fucking woods. You know what I mean? It's like San Juan dry lake bed.
The unfortunate truth is, I mean, we stole it from somebody named San Juan.
It's almost like the Martin Luther King
I was gonna
Boulevard.
say that,
Down, the Dirty D.
Well,
So
there's one
We
of them
must
in
be talking
every
about
town.
that.
Wow. You never see him in the nice part of town though, huh?
Hell no.
Unfortunately, no. If you pull on a Martin Luther King,
That's,
better
you
get
going
off
to
there
buy
and
some
get out of
weed
there
or
as fast
something.
as you can.
You about to go buy some drugs.
It's usually after midnight, so you're in danger.
But yeah, I don't know, that trip was cool, but yeah, well, as far as like the class thing, man, like we thought about doing it, and I don't know, I think if people, to me, it's like I like doing like trips, like driving or riding or whatever. Flying is cool for the convenience and the quickness of it, but
Yeah, if that's what the trip calls for.
yeah, but I guess like for us, like I look at it like being here in the center of the country. You know, if it's like 1,000 or 1,500 miles away, like I'll drive to that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my parents growing up, they had 4 of us boys, so we all got in a Suburban or a big giant van, and we drove across the country to go somewhere. We never flew once.
Yeah.
We took road trips.
Dude, I wouldn't imagine paying 4 fucking kid tickets to fly.
Yeah, to do all that. My parents were like, no. You know what kind of vacation we can have? We just road trip.
Yeah.
They tell us, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Like, but we ain't taking no planes.
National Lampoon in it, dude.
Yeah, dude.
What's your pet rat's name?
No pets. No pets.
But no, so that's why I think it'd be cool to just kind of do something like that. And if this place is chill and we got the area, because I think one of the cool things about doing, and I think maybe you can answer this because the Brushmasters does it this way, is like you have this hands-on training, but you also have this ability to kind of hang out with the artists or the instructors and just
100%.
kind of have like normal conversations. Because I've found like my way of learning, you know, watching someone do something is helpful, but the conversation, because I start asking the right questions or I get in their head, and
Yeah.
you kind of find answers that way. At least that's the way I like to learn.
And for me, I mean, I learn the hard way most times. So when people start explaining stuff to me, if they can explain it in a much easier way than I'm used to, you know, I'm like, oh man, that makes, like, you made that sound like nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I've been trying to figure that out forever. So it is really good. They have they have a bunch of super talented people there, and it's just a really cool vibe from kind of like from start to finish. And as soon as you get done, you can just go ask them what's up, or they'll come around, and if they see that you're struggling with something and stuff like that, they'll, hey man, what's up, man? Like, do it like this, or, I see that they'll critique you in a helpful way and stuff like that. But yeah, it's super cool. It's a good time. You can camp right there.
That's cool.
So you can literally hang out and paint all night long. Like, it's totally up to you. And most of the artists, they're all just like regular guys at the end of the day. They're literally just hanging out and drinking beers and just having a good time until 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's the problem if I ever went to one of those as an instructor.
You'd have a great time.
Yeah, I'd have a great time. Nobody learned shit from me.
That's okay.
I'm going to have like 5 beers and start talking shit about the industry. Like, dude, you don't want to do this for a living, man.
Yeah, you're going to go, hey, class, come check out this guy. He does a badass job. Don't listen to me.
For sure. Yeah, because it was that's the thing. Like, every time I get around a lot of other artists, like, we just end up like tripping out, you know what I mean? Because we all kind of understand, and we have the same kind of we go through the same shit, so it's like a very relatable situation to be in with other.
Relate very, very easily.
Yeah, and
on a creative level as well.
But it's so weird because it's at a place where you have to be inspiring to people, but realistically, you're just around all the other people that deal with the same bullshit you deal with every day. Yeah. So it's like you want to just
gives you a little energy bump.
Like, hey, does this happen to you too? And he's like, yeah. It's like, well, fuck these people, right? Like, yeah.
There's a lot. They do go through like a lot of the different up and downs, different stuff, and they explain the industry in a way. But the cool thing is to me was like, if you are beginning, just how natural it is. Like, just draw. Like, if you like drawing, you should be drawing before you're. They go through just like the ups and downs. Yeah, like when you're pulling tape, like shit's gonna happen, so on and so forth. It's about fixing your mistakes and trying to go the extra mile instead of just passing by through shit. But it's cool because you're like, oh, okay, all these guys are badasses, but they all deal with the same bullshit I deal with still till today. Yeah, still as far as the craft within itself.
Yeah, that's one of the things though. Like seeing. When you see an artist that especially when you only seeing their work through social media, sometimes, and not in a bad way, but I love whenever someone that I think is perfect, I see a flaw in it, I'm like, fuck, man, like, he's human.
Just me.
He's human, and
yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. Even just doing the bitch work for you.
Yeah,
I like it, dude. I find it interesting, like. You got to put, all the detail in it, like the smallest little bit you can't miss, or it'll affect the whole thing,
and stuff like that. Yeah, when you're wet sanding or prepping parts and stuff.
And most people would, try to rush through it and just get it over with. But like, I think I don't know.
I think that's the difference. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say a lot of people don't understand that, like the prep work and everything is.
Oh, there's a lot of work into it, dude. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like everything. I mean, if you literally think about everything you do with your hands, how much you prep anything you do affects the outcome of how clean, nice, and I mean, it's kind of like the same concept of measure twice, cut once. If you're taking the time to do all this stuff in a clean way, then the barrel roll effect happens and everything becomes smoother and cleaner on the way out. Yeah. And like. That's the hard part about doing custom paint because, you're constantly going back into the job as opposed to if you were painting a car, you're prepping it once, you're clear coating it, and you're probably sending it out the door a couple of days later, as opposed to us, we're prepping it, painting it, clear coating it, sanding it down, which is prepping again, and then doing artwork, clear coating it again, and then prepping it again, and then clear coating, and then hopefully that's the clear coat's smooth enough, to where you're not going to burn through when you're trying to buff it out, and then you might have to clear coat it again. So it's like there's so many process, like you can
risk
really
worth reward every time. It's like, oh man,
yeah. So and then you got to be careful too because you can't. It's not a saving grace just to keep adding clear coat to something. So you have to be reasonable with how much you're putting on and how much you're taking off each time. That way you don't overdo your mill thickness on stuff and have because the thicker your paint and all your surface area is, I mean your paint millage, the more brittle it becomes. So a rock chip is more prone to becoming a bigger chip when you have thicker paint on it.
Yeah.
But it's funny, because my shit is chipped the fuck out on my bike. It's not because I'm a shitty painter. It's because I have a shit ton of layers to create that paint job, as opposed to if it was just a candy red paint job, that rock chip would probably be a lot smaller. You know what I mean?
It's bouncing off plastic almost still at the end of the day.
it
Instead
can
of
absorb
a
it
cushion
more.
of paint that it's going to take with it.
So like when you have a heavy flaked out bike and then candy and then layers and panels and all that, like you have a lot of layers, so that chips can be a lot bigger, situation than if it was just a solid color. So
I was going to say, like, they do it like on high-end sports cars and stuff like that, like that clear bra or that clear material. They use it on boats and stuff too. I don't know if anybody in the motorcycle industry uses anything.
Well,
like
I mean,
that.
I'm sure there are definitely people that use that kind of stuff, but I mean,
Well, I'm around it all day.
Yeah.
For sure.
Some of the Porsches and Mercedes, some of those cars are completely wrapped in it from the doors forward because they're too scared of it getting chipped.
Yeah, anything.
But then they don't realize if they're going to need paint work, if that's been on for a long time, it's ripping that paint off too.
yeah.
And then so you're
Can't stop.
It's a really bad
$300 repair now turned into $1,000 bumper.
Yeah.
So,
I get the whole idea of like trying to protect your paint, but to me, I guess this goes. It's easy for me to say it because I'm a painter, right? I can.
Yes, you can just fix it up real quick.
But I think that like if you're gonna buy a custom paint job or do anything custom, you should enjoy it. And if it's gonna get chips, it's gonna get chips, man.
Oh yeah.
You know,
100%. I'm all about making something look good.
Usually when we do our paint jobs, like I try to design them so that the areas that I know, because I'm a fucking bike rider, I know the areas that are more likely to get chipped.
Prone to chips.
And so you try to do those areas, you try to flow your graphics so that those areas are less complicated repair paint work. Like you're not trying to put really intricate designs in an area that's going to be, possibly get a chip in it, from a rock or some shit like that. So,
You'd be true for that.
I don't know.
do all that freehand airbrushing there.
Yeah.
No, let's redo that whole front end. It's okay.
But yeah, like I said, I'm really really excited about seeing how, like I said, I haven't really got a chance to paint out of this thing yet. So
it's crazy that we got done with this so fast.
Yeah.
Because like I don't feel like we rushed anything. We took our time on every little part of this thing and like made sure it was, looked good and it was perfect, like it would work.
I mean, it's not square. That's for damn sure.
Hey, but we built on top of something.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. That's what we were talking about the other day. Like how I feel like we did a really great job, but I've also now I want to build something, but start from scratch. That way I can see if we can do it better from the beginning.
100%.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing it for a second time. Like this is just your first time. Like you were making ideas as you're going.
Yeah. Dude, I'm here till 2 a.m, and then I'm at Pinterest at home till fucking 4 a.m.
Yeah, checking it out, man.
I'm like, all right, yeah, we can do this.
Yeah.
But,
Well, this was your first big project like this anyway, so there was a lot of trial and error too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think, dude, if we had our own little side
Hustle.
gig, we could do it.
Man Caves R Us.
Hell yeah, that'd be tight.
Podcast Studios, Inc.
Well, see, I still got this little room here. I mean, it's fortunate because it's on the booth, and this is the highest part of the shop.
Yeah.
So we have a high ceiling,
We do.
and then it's a pretty good size. So I mean, we don't really have much of any soundproofing in right here, so I don't really know how this sounds, but hopefully it's not too echoey. But got to see. I mean, if you get a bunch of drunk motherfuckers in here, doing a podcast, it's probably
I'd start laughing and cutting up and shit.
yeah. I think it's going to
Yeah,
get
don't
pretty
take long
echoey.
to turn
So.
up.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I got to figure something. I mean, we just framed out this doorway even because we couldn't figure out how to do
line the door.
how to put the door in the right way. So that's
that's how
something
that
like
happened.
everything I've ever built, like before my other shops, my grandfather would help me, and he knew how to do the door shit.
Yeah.
So,
you know how to line all that shit up.
and I think we tried to leave the space open so that we could, shim the door out so it'll be square, but I don't think we left enough space.
Is
So I
that
think
that
you're
red
supposed
door?
Yeah, I wanted to put the red door on here, but
Did you ever put it up against the frame?
no, I never put it in. I mean, it could have been good, but at the same time, it could have not been good. So
Oh, we might be able to make it work. I mean,
Oh,
you
I
can trim a
could've
door
done that
down.
shit.
You can,
I would've
even
done
in a nice way. You could trim it.
Well, I know we could trim it, but
some
the thing
extent.
was, I don't know if we left enough space to
Align the frame.
to align it with like shims. That way it's square and it
Yeah,
shuts
it
and
actually works
closes
right.
and
It's all
things like
that.
that.
I'm a quarter
Like
Mexican.
you got to pick
dude.
the door up to take it to open it and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
you
it's
know,
all sloppy.
I'm a quarter Mexican. I can do anything.
I get her done.
May not be perfect, but
but that's the thing about all this shit, man.
Mexican, boy. Mexican.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, it's, you know, last night when I was up here with my son, we were just kind of sitting here doing like talking on the microphones and shit. And I'm like, this is weird. You know what I mean? It's super weird being in here, you know?
yeah, you're the first person to sit in here like this is a completely new fucking
Shindig.
studio type thing. It's pretty.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
This looks very legit.
Well,
Got that bright
everything
ass
looks
red
super
carpet,
legit.
boy.
the time you had to
Carpet is
leave
baller.
to go to Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was me and the Boss Bros had to, they had to put the drywall up. You had to leave the next morning or something. So we stayed late till 1, 2 in the morning finishing up the drywall. And then so the next time you saw it, it was already done. And it was only halfway done when you left. So that big change right there.
Well, see, when I left, what was left was the outside wall, which then Clay brought the scaffolding over.
Yeah,
And then
and
y'all
then-
were able to finish it so that my uncle could come do the tape and bedding, you know?
Yeah, and that.
But yeah, that whole dude, you were there. Like I did not want to leave to go to fucking Oklahoma, but it's like I had to go because I
Yeah.
needed the fucking money so bad.
When you were telling me that, I was
send me
like,
pictures.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, man, okay, so right dead in the middle of this shit, I was like, you got to go do all that. I was like, damn, you do got a lot on your plate.
And you know the thing about going up there, like, you know, going up to paint those bikes at Covington, like, and I think I've expressed to you and I've talked to my wife about it. It's like that's a shop and a builder with his son Dave and his dad, you know, the main owner Jerry. Those dudes are they've been some of the sickest bike builders in the last fucking decades, or however you would say that. And I've always been a huge fan of their bikes that they build, the paintwork they have done, and they're so clean with the work that they do. And so whenever they, you know, were hitting me up wanting to come do the bike, it's like I really wanted to jump at the opportunity, but I was also fucking nervous because my mind was in this, and I'm up there, you know, and I will say they don't really communicate very well as far as like their ideas and shit.
Exactly wanting.
So, you know, then I had to go up there and try to pry it out of them as to how we're supposed to paint these bikes, right? And that's kind of nerve-wracking at first because you really don't know. This is the first time I've ever done anything for them, so they're trying me out. I'm trying to impress them, you know.
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah,
also
you're on a time
you're still
crunch.
mingling.
I'm
Still gotta
painting
mingle.
2 fucking baggers in less than it was 6 days, right?
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, man,
And it was 6 days, and the first day was the day I drove there. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy.
but I mean, it all worked out, and they enjoyed, or they liked the bikes, or at least they told me they did. And
I thought they looked good.
About to say, I went and looked up some of their stuff, and I like they have
well, they have
everything's real clean.
Yeah.
very cleanly
they
done.
they
Like,
use
have
one
good
of my
style and
most
everything.
favorite painters of all time, Brian Loker, and he's an absolute fucking beast at custom paint jobs. I was talking to the other painter they have that does all their normal paint work there, and he was one helping me kind of knock out the jobs. And I was telling him, like, man, this dude Brian has the ability to do an intricate paint job, but it's simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at the same time.
And like me, like I don't really know how to do a simple, intricate paint job. Like I just know how to fill up space. So
That is a beautiful thing when you can tell how impressive it is, but at the same time, it's just real clean. It's not too much.
Yeah, like
not
clean
trying
and
too hard. It's
simple,
like,
yeah.
man, you just threw that on there.
yeah, it's like you were able to walk away from that with so much confidence and swag, and just know that it's done.
Yeah, damn.
Damn, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Damn,
what do you eat for?
Danielle.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing about it though, man. Because you know, like after you do a part of the paint job, like for me, like I envision something, right, and then I sketch it and I do it, and then I sit on the bike, and then I sit there and I look at it. I'm like, man, just something feels off, right?
Yeah, is it going to work
And
on
to
there?
me, like, I guess it's like the concept of like knowing when to stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just keep wanting to add more to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw you doing graphics one day. You were sitting at your desk, and you were just staring at this helmet for like 5 minutes straight. and just like flipping around looking at it to like find like what else are you gonna do with this, and it had graphics on it already. I'm just like deciding if you were gonna be done or not.
Yeah. That is crazy. That helmet was for the guy that got me hooked up with the Covington guys, you know. So it was I don't know, it's weird because it's weird. What's weird about it is that you're trying to just do all this paint jobs and you want it to be badass, you want it to be all this crazy shit, and you never know what customers' expectations are from you. You know what I mean? Like, you never know what was the thing that made them want to choose you to have the paint job. What was the thing that what are they expecting? Because that's sometimes, especially now that most of our customers are not here, they're like somewhere else. So you're sending them a picture. You're fishing. You're like throwing a picture out of a sketch or a part of the helmet you did, and you're just waiting on them to say, "Fuck yeah, that's sick," and hope they don't say, "I was kind of thinking this."
Yeah, well, like it could have been a certain helmet or a certain bike that they saw, and they're like, "Damn, I gotta get a paint job from this guy." And
Yeah, but it depends on most of the time they're looking at a photo.
Yeah.
And then when they get it in person, are they going to like it in person? Cause I mean, lighting, the camera angle can change a whole perspective.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. That's what we do with Silverleaf. I mean, Silverleaf does kind of pop when you see it at certain angles, right?
Yeah.
But whenever we take pictures of it, we try to up the contrast and things like that, so it shows more of the dials or the spins in the Leaf.
Yeah.
That way, the pictures look more engaging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it can also, doing that, look more realistic for what it'd be in person too, because in person you can get that bling of the silver, but then you can also get the dullness and see all the detail.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's like I said, it's always nerve-wracking doing things like that for people. But I mean, fuck, man, like.
So that's part of the gig.
It is.
You just hope, like.
I mean, if we would have built this for somebody else, like, it would be the same concept, right?
Like, man, I hope they like it. Hope they don't see this little flaw that doesn't
Exactly.
really matter.
I mean, think about like the big hole right here in the ceiling.
Yeah, I seen that. But you need to put some center trim up there.
Yeah, that's like
My bad.
one of the last things we need to do is just
Put a
that
trim.
Put a little
up
piece of
there
trim
and
right
it'll be
there.
done.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's one of those things. Like,
Paint it.
I think I've always said this, but it's so rewarding whenever you build something. You know what I mean? Anything, even if you're helping somebody or you're a part of it. I mean, that's why, like, I've always thought it was fun whenever you'd be, working on, you and your buddies would be working on your bikes in the garage, because you'd take off the exhaust and then you'd be sitting there talking, and that conversation and that time that you're spending with your homies doing these things, you know what I mean? Like, you end up like, fuck, man, I had a good time,
That's what makes it fun.
doing this shit, and it's weird because, my brother was like kind of hating on this whole, I guess, bond I think we were having doing this kind of shit.
Bonding.
He did that what was that meme that he posted on Facebook where it's like, guy asks friends to come over, does $1,500 worth of labor and offers them beer and pizza.
Yeah.
But yet, but yeah, that's the thing. It's like, there is something fun about that. Like, I mean, we could be hanging out in any one of y'all's houses, garages, patios, whatever, having beers and just doing shit, right? But like, could we do that for a month straight and still feel? I mean, like, it's almost like the project forced us to be together doing this shit, and so it forced us to kind of have this goal or have this part.
It's giving you something to do.
Yeah,
I know.
People want to do shit.
Nearly every time before I would leave, me and Jace would stand there, or like all of us would just stand there and just look at what we did, and I fucking like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Getting it.
It just looked better every day.
The
Just
thing
to see the
I wish I would have
progress.
done was do the more before and after pictures of,
dude.
from the very beginning.
I don't have
process.
any. I have hardly
I was-
anything from the beginning.
I went back so far on your fucking Instagram
Yeah, I
to
did
see if
too.
you had an original picture of
Yeah.
like when you first moved in here. I couldn't find one.
See, I'm
I'm
actually
so mad.
So I used to take pictures in a way that didn't show a lot of the actual, shot,
You
because
had
it
your
was just
set
kind
up area, to take
yeah.
your photos.
So I didn't really want to expose the shop because it was, I guess the story behind this shop, like, I don't know if I said it on this podcast, or I think some of you guys might know it, but I came here, like somebody else was renting this shop out painting cars, right? And I came and rented the corner of it for $500 a month, and I was going to just use the booth when I needed it, and I did all the artwork at home. So I'd come up here, sand the bike down, and then I'd base coat it here, and then I'd take it home and do all the artwork, and then bring it back here and clear coat it. And then when I was on my gold FXR, when we were out in California riding, the dude just skipped out on the lease.
Shit, he skipped out on a whole lot more than his lease.
He fucked it.
He skipped out on everybody else's
Didn't he owe y'all money
business
too?
and money. Yeah, he owed everybody money, and I think parts and cars and
Yeah. There's a
Yeah.
motorhome out back that he had to leave here because he owed the landlord's money.
Oh, shit.
He like legit motorhome in the backyard here.
Yeah.
But so like when I got back, you know, he was like, yeah, I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to ruin your trip. I'm like, it's kind of fucking, it sucks either way, dude. Like I wish I would have known more because I could have planned ahead. I wouldn't spend so much money out there. But the landlords here, who are the neighbors, they were like, oh, it's cool. You know, we'll let you stay here, do your thing. And so I stayed here renting this place out for a very, very low price. And I think I called it. I told you guys, like, as soon as we start doing this stuff, they're going to raise my rent back to the original rate it's supposed to be. And the first week, they saw us
Man.
doing the work.
Oh,
on it.
you making
I was
it
here
look
3
good?
years. 3 years paying like a discounted rate. And some of the reason why I never wanted to do anything in the shop is because the rental rate that they want for this place is what I was paying for the big ass shop I had in Duncanville down the street, which was a 3,000 square foot shop and a 1,500 square foot office, right? So I'm in a 1,500 square foot shop, right? That one was an office with heating and AC.
that was a cool little spot.
It was a dope shop, you know, and I didn't need all that space anymore because I stopped doing the big wheel shit. I started doing the Dynas and FXRs, and then not knowing at the time, but the helmets, and then
I remember you doing like a lowrider over there one day. I walked.
yeah, it was fucking on a
Airbrush
rotisserie.
underneath that.
I was
Yeah,
doing
that
the
lowrider.
belly. Of
I was
it,
like,
yeah.
this motherfucker right here. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, I used to do crackhead shit. No, it was that
shit was
the shot. I
badass.
used to do that for that Torres Empire place. I used to do a lot. Man, I really enjoyed doing those types of projects. But when I look, the reason I'm getting off topic, but the reason why I try to stick to a very small menu of options to give to people is because, like, if someone was to bring me a lowrider or do anything like that, it would throw a wrench in the mix of flow of getting things done.
I had to say you already have a smooth system that's working
Yeah.
well for you. There's no need to make it harder on yourself.
You
well,
know,
you have your process, so you know how to do more work and detail to make it a better product in the end.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like if you focus on a couple things and you keep working it, then you'll fine tune it and get better and better and better. But at the same time, like there's artists out there that I know that get off on challenges. You know, whether it's a new
trying
canvas
something
or
new.
a new type of
They
thing.
need that
Yeah.
to keep the energy up and to keep being creative. They need something thrown in there every now and then to throw them
Yeah.
off.
So I mean, so the whole point of like being here, like it was convenient and easy, and the price was right. So I just stayed and I was like, fuck, I don't want to be here. And then I was kind of contemplating moving to Cali. I was contemplating moving to Phoenix. I was contemplating just moving to fucking New Braunfels. Like I just didn't want to be here. And then
Sounds like you want to move to a place more entertaining than this part of Texas.
Man,
This shit is-
Waxahachie doesn't have much. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't, man. But like then,
Oh, it definitely doesn't.
when I ended up taking over my mom's house, you know, taking over all the stuff there and moving back out of downtown and shit, it just like, you know, I was like, fuck, man. Well, I guess I'm gonna be here for 5 years, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Buckle down, make the best out of it.
I mean, it worked out. I mean, fuck, dude. Like, I mean, having friends out here was always already a cool thing. It just sucked that before living in downtown Dallas, you know, our house was kind of like the hub. So everybody came to Anvil, and if we were partying, like we would shove, 15 people into our 1-bedroom apartment to,
I'm about to say, you had a place to crash.
sleep and shit. Like,
Yeah,
what
but-
was it? What was it? Was it
Southern Throwdown.
Southern Throwdown? We had an air mattress, 2 air mattresses, 2 air mattresses. Our couch was filled up, 2 air mattresses, and maybe someone on the floor
Yeah.
still in our 1-bedroom apartment downtown.
You gotta have a good time.
So this weekend's gonna be crazy. Like we got Mark, Steve Chamberlain, and then my machinist Justin. He's staying at our house, and then Big Will Cody and his chick are staying at our place Saturday. And then I think Cody Melton, the Sportster God from San Antonio, I think he got an Airbnb here in Waxahachie. And then there's a couple other people that are getting hotels over here. So I mean, Waxahachie's about to be lit this weekend for sure.
I'm about to turn up.
There's gonna be bikes fucking ripping
Talk
up
to
and
the
down.
city and get some of that cut.
Yeah, I know, right? So, well, you know, the one thing I am kind of hoping that in some way we can kind of help do is get the Dallas IMS to be like a big thing for the country, right? Because everybody, the three IMS shows that everybody goes to, I think there's only 4, but the 3 they go to are Long Beach, Chicago, and New York, and then I think Dallas is the only other one, right? And they've already done all the other 3.
I didn't realize that there was only 4.
There could be more, but I want to say there's
not.
only,
It's not like they're doing
it's
one
like
in every state or
it's like
something
a
like
four
that.
corners type situation.
Yeah.
But you know, like a lot of people don't come to Dallas, you know, because it's not a. I mean, I've never been to Chicago, but I feel like Dallas, Fort Worth's a pretty goddamn big city, and we kind of pull in from the other big cities in Texas.
Yeah, for people that come up from Houston, things like that. But
I mean, fuck, we got.
I mean, we have a lot to offer here. So
Yeah.
I mean,
So I thought it'd be cool, man. I thought it'd be cool if you know, we find a way to make this event where people from other areas of the country want to come to it. I mean,
well, you're bringing in all these guys from other parts of the industry.
the way I look at it is like Dallas is cheap. So to come from anywhere in the country to come to Dallas, like you're not going to be paying some ridiculous amount for airfare,
going coast to
hotels, fucking rental cars or whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
And you know, our weather's hit or miss. Like we're supposed to have 70 degrees on Saturday.
Perfect.
So
true for that.
I mean, if we're
All
going to
about
New
that.
York, like if you're going to like pick New York show out of all of them, like you're going to New York, fucking,
Yeah,
it ain't
they're
cheap
gonna pay out
there.
the ass for everything.
You're going to Long Beach, which is not, you know, I mean, Cali's expensive, but I mean, you can still go there and get decent rates on like hotel rooms and shit. You know what I mean?
Now, I've only seen several pictures of the other shows, but not like a whole view of it. I don't know if they're going to be even more elaborate just being in New York. I mean, what if
How
they're...
much
I think
different
it's the
Yeah,
same
it's-
floor plan and
it's-
concept.
That's what I would think. So
Yeah.
it's like, why not do it at a cheaper place and still have good things around it? You know, bars, restaurants, living.
Well, I think it's kind of like finding a way to make the attraction to where more people want to come to it, right?
Yeah.
Because IMS is like it's not just one type of bikes. It's every type of motorcycle wrapped up
everything
into
all
one.
in, yep.
So I'm looking forward to seeing some of the adventure bikes, even though I'm looking forward to seeing the new Pan America at this IMS. Like I'm looking forward.
Oh,
to
really?
that.
That's gonna okay. That's
Didn't
gonna
I
They'll
hear you
have all
talk
that.
about wanting to sit on the Challenger?
Fuck no, you sit on that shit.
ain't catching me dead on it.
But I mean, like I'm looking forward to seeing that type of stuff. And
Are they gonna have that new Africa Twin out there? The 2020 Africa Twin.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something to look at right there.
so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But see you know the one of the things that kicks IMS's ass is that they're to be a vendor there. It's like $4,000. Like it's last time I checked here, it's like $3,000, right? I don't even know what New York and all that because they go
Yeah.
off of what their projected attendance rate is. And so like, but the problem is that unless you sell something that's universal to all types of motorcyclists,
Yeah, you're
it's
just
not
getting
very
that little bit of
yeah.
a market. Yeah.
So if they were to lower their prices and allow it to where more specialized people could come in that
they
maybe
definitely
only
need to do that.
cater to like the Harley scene or the sport bike scene, then it would kind of bring more vendors. And I think vendors kind of help sell more tickets for people to come into a place.
100%. It gives you more stuff to look at. Like that
Yeah.
was my thing. It's like I went right through there and I was like,
Yeah.
come on now. Like this is the International Motorcycle Show.
Yeah.
Like there should be triple the amount of people in here. But if it's $3,000, like $3,000 doesn't go as far as it did 10 years ago. It doesn't go as far as it did 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like you need to change that model up a little bit.
It sucks for some of the smaller businesses
Yeah.
wanting to do this because they might have a good product, but they just probably can't afford it to advertise
Yeah.
for that show.
Yeah,
you
they
know,
can't pay $3,000 to go up there to. I mean, you know how hard it's going to be to make a return off of that.
Yeah. I mean,
Just
Dude, you don't even want to know what it costs to go to a rally and set up.
Good grief. Yeah, I can only imagine.
Well, just think about, if it's $3,000 just for the one booth setup for anyone, but
10
just
by
think about
10.
how much the bigger companies are spending on like that whole corner section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably spending, 15 grand or so, and that's just renting that space out. That's not.
Well, yeah, I
all
mean,
their-
like if you think about it, like the dealers though, like Harley and fucking Honda, like it's not Longhorn Harley paying for that. It's Harley Davidson
yeah.
is
Yeah.
trying to promote their new models to come out. But
That's their job.
but there needs to be tiers, right? There, if
For sure.
if instead of everybody going, well, he's paying more than I have. Like if you're a Harley dealership or you're a Harley brand or you're Honda or whatever, this shit's just a write off for you.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's in the budget.
So
every
you
year.
need
Your
this type of
advertising
stuff.
is-
Plus, you're advertising. You're trying to show new models for the next year, right? Cool. Well, if these shows aren't fun because all you're showing is stock brand new bikes, that's only going to attract one crowd. But if you have a custom shop or somebody that does customization or builds
all
cool
types
shit,
of cool stuff. Yeah.
then I think it helps sales because they're like, they see this bike over here in your booth as Harley. Oh, that's whatever, Then they go over there and they see this, go, what is this? They go, it's that bike right there with stuff done to it. Wow, that can look like that after this.
Yeah.
And then, I'll go buy one of those, right? Like, it helps people see that aren't like, because not everybody's on Instagram and Facebook and shit like that. Like, some dudes are literally just, man. Like, when I rode my, do you still get the Sportster thing on your F? Like, people
Oh,
are,
if I'm actually riding it
Yeah.
all the time, and I just go with it. Like, yeah, man, nice Sportster. I'm just like, thanks, dude. I'm not even trying to go there with you.
Well,
Yeah, that shit's
ain't
hilarious.
no
It
wrong
was
with
pretty
sports.
funny. Me and Brad on that toy run.
Yeah.
When we parked finally in downtown, a guy came up to us since it had the panel paint jobs on there. It was like older look.
Yeah.
The guy was like, "Hey, is that an FXR?" on both of our bikes.
now FXRs are like
Yeah.
synonymous to
Yeah.
like panel paint jobs and
jobs.
stuff.
Blinged up. Oh, man, that's hilarious.
It's so crazy, man. But no, IMS is a good time. I think that any time you could do motorcycle shit in the dead of winter is a fucking good time, man.
Yeah. No, it was cool. Like, I just expected more, like, knowing how big that the show was. And,
I
and
felt
just
like it
you
used
were
to be
saying-
bigger, but
Yeah.
the motorcycle industry is kind of in a weird
It's like
place.
you were saying, but a lot of people are on a smaller scale, and it is small shops and stuff like that. They should make that affordable for a lot of those creative people to get in there and get in the mix. Not only to showcase their stuff, but to make a better show for everybody else. Because you can only sit on so many brand new bikes before you're like, all right, I feel like I just walked into a motorcycle dealership. Now it's time to leave.
Yeah.
Like, let's go get some lunch.
So
Like, there's not a lot to keep you entertained and to keep you interested.
So I grew up going to all kinds of car shows and motorcycle shows and airplanes. It was all kinds of different shows, just depending on.
You went and saw Blue Angels too?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, their shows are
my dad's
badass.
one of the mechanics.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. For Perot at Alliance.
Oh, shit.
It used to go every year. Been doing that for like 15 years. But
Just
like
seeing
all these
airplanes in the
shows,
hangar is cool.
to me, it sort of sucks because all the shows now, just like I can literally walk through them and it won't be any different from year after year.
Yeah.
But there will be that one or so bike that might stand out. So, IMS, they do have some of the builders want them to have their bikes there. You can
Yeah.
vote on that. That's different every year. I mean,
That is really cool. That
so
is cool.
that's
there's a
cool,
bunch
but
of
then you
safe
got-
But there's
bikes
also,
around.
the only problem with that is that there's only so many spaces.
yeah, it's very
And-
limited.
And so you could, and some of the people that go to those shows, they go to them religiously. It's like a business to them to be in there. They do this. It's kind of disgusting, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. But it's like you'll see these really lame ass bikes that there's only so much space that can go in that show for these custom bikes, and sometimes it gets filled in with some of the fucking wasted space motorcycles. In my opinion, I mean, some dude might walk by and think it's badass, but
Yeah, it's
I
like
mean,
some really dated, played out. I
it's
think
definitely my opinion for sure.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, well,
There's gonna be a lot of people that
you
do
can
it.
go to a custom show and you could still be bored with some of the stuff because depending on the type of bike,
Yeah.
you could see the same thing over and over.
Yep.
I mean, there's so many people with Kurak and stuff on
And I'm not
there,
even
so-
talking about big wheel shit. Like
Yeah.
like when you see a big wheel thing there, I'm like, that's kind of cool. I'm talking about like some dude takes a fucking 1986 Nighthawk
Whatever the hell that is.
And you know, they just fucking like. And I mean,
Yeah,
I
that
guess
only-
it could be cool, but at the same, I don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me.
I just
Yeah,
know there
you'll
was
have a limited market on who that's
Yeah.
gonna go.
There's just like
towards.
this big fat tire Busa that was just like the most played out shit I
Oh,
ever saw.
the one with the pyramids and.
Something I don't even know what it was, but I was like, dude, this.
I know the guy that had it.
Like-
he was a show guy. Like the whole concept of it was to take it to a show all the time.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but I was like, dude, that shit is like early 2000s. Like, leave that shit there. Like,
Biker Boys.
yeah, Biker Boys 100%.
Hey,
Dude,
that
let's
movie
go
goes
dr-
hard though.
Dude, hey, the day I got my first bike, on the way home, I picked up Biker Boys on DVD.
Dude, of course you did. Jesus.
So let me tuck it in my shirt real quick. So
and then a week later, Torque came out.
Oh, man.
It's 2004, dog.
Man, dude, I had been into street bikes for a while, and I never even knew that Biker Boys was a real movie. And I'm just like always wondering why all these clown ass shit goes on and the way people act
was
and the way stuff looks, so on and so forth. And then all of a sudden, me and my brother, we're like on Netflix or something. We see some Biker Boys, and dude, as I'm watching it, dude, like I never laughed so hard in my life. I was like, dude, this is how these people model themselves.
You guys are like legit into the drag race scene
Yeah.
for
yeah, you're all
sport
performance
bikes.
on that.
So when you watch Biker Boys and you see them drag race on a dirt road,
yeah, just
and then
dude, it was just
they
bad.
drag race to the tee, like
That was
it was a dirt road that teed off, and they drag race to the end of the fence
end of-
and then stopped.
Yeah, dude, like
when I
dude,
saw that shit, like, because that was like the first move. That's what did it for me. Is what got me into bikes. Was
Cheers-
that movie
cheers
when
to that.
I saw it when I was younger, and now that I've seen it again when I'm older, to see them drag down that fucking dirt
It's
road,
so bad, dude.
I was like, what the fuck?
it is so bad.
That and there was a lot of crazy shit on there. Like,
Give me your helmet.
Anytime that somebody races, whether it's Fast and Furious, and they're when you race, you know what it's like, right? You can't
Yeah.
downshift at any point in time.
Yeah, there's no downshifting.
I mean, you can only have at most 6 gears too.
There's-
Not
yeah,
shifting
definitely. Yeah.
manually shifting into 8th or 10th gear.
Yeah,
You know
like-
what? Okay, so this is
banging
legit.
14th.
This is legit. Before I ever raced cars, right? Because I was heavy into the import car scene, you know, with Skyline Motors.
Nope Nationals.
Hell
Yeah,
Skylines.
way before I was into bikes, right? And I admitted it on my podcast I did on myself. I got into racing cars because of Fast and Furious.
Dude, that movie was cool.
It was that movie on top of like Monster Garage and all that shit taking place
All
on
the same- yeah,
it was all
absolutely.
taking place at the same time.
Yeah.
And so whenever I finally found where the drag race scene was, and you know, we're talking about internet was out, but
definitely no YouTube.
there was not information
social
was you
media,
couldn't get
yeah.
information quick. Like I couldn't just type in illegal street racing or drag racing, and I'm going to get a lot of words and not like a lot of like headlines.
Yeah,
like
and
headlines was a
videos
thing
and-
back then.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, I remember going to the first. I was driving, and I saw a parking lot full of cars that looked like the shit in Fast and Furious. So I'm like,
Walmart?
Fuck. No, it was actually a Six Flags Mall over there.
Dang.
So I pull
Off
up.
the 360.
Yeah. I pull up there and I'm just like, I just get out and immediately this whole group of people in cars are like, cool. You know, that's one thing about all
Yeah.
this automotive motorcycle culture that's always been badass is that you can kind of easily just walk into it. You know what I mean? Maybe the motorcycle culture could be a little bit more harder to get into, but you know, if you come in,
If you're about it, then
You
get
pull
right
it-
in the middle
yeah.
of that shit.
Yeah.
If you,
Yeah,
if you
you-
think it's cool, then start asking questions and start checking shit out.
yeah, and
everybody's
that's the
usually
thing
really
is like,
helpful.
like people love to talk about their cars and their bikes and their
Oh, yeah.
shit. So it's like, if you're asking them questions, they're like,
They feel like, wow, this guy's asking me questions? Sure,
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
That's kind of like the
Yeah.
age old thing how we talk about like we're really good at like pulling dudes.
What's up, bro?
Yeah,
Like
I
we
used-
all get bikes to get chicks and we just pull dudes all day long.
Yeah, that's
I used
hilarious.
to go to car meets all the time and you just pull up and pop your hood like everybody else, and then everyone's just walking
Check
around
out
like,
my neon wire covers.
Got that loon.
But no, so what I was trying to get at was I felt like whenever, because I was so used to seeing racing on thing like Gone in 60 Seconds, because when I got into racing,
because you hadn't really seen.
yeah,
the real shit.
I hadn't been around the real shit. So when I found out they did it at an 1/8 mile and a 1/4 mile, I was like, what? How the hell do they do all that racing I saw on Fast and Furious in a quarter mile? It's got to be at least a mile. That's literally what I thought in my head.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's hilarious.
I was like legit bummed. Like legit bummed, like as if you were a kid and you found out Santa Claus wasn't real. I was like, what? Like this doesn't make any
This
sense.
is nothing. I can see the finish line.
Then,
Till you get to like, what was it? Too Fast, Too Furious.
Oh, that fucked it up for me.
Yeah, nothing past the first one was worth watching.
I mean,
for sure.
No, I'll give you the Fast and Furious thing. First one is epic. It's legit one of the
That's
best.
the one.
Paul Walker, baby.
The best scene ever, and if I could put a picture of it in the shop, I would. Is when they pull that Supra up and all of them are hanging out in the garage. Like that's that camaraderie I was talking about. Like doing this shit.
Satisfaction
Of building
seeing
something, right,
go-
with
yeah.
your friends and shit. And me and my buddy Chris, we used to fucking do that shit in the driveway. We'd be up till 4 a.m. changing transmissions out and shit. Like that shit was fun. I'm talking about it now, almost 20 years later.
Yeah, that's one of the things that can be really fun about like drag racing and being competitive, because you're just out there just pushing your shit and just having fun. Like it's fun to just rag on your shit all night long, but at the same time, you get to hang out with obviously like-minded people.
Yeah.
But for the most part, man, like it's cool when shit goes bad because like you're super bummed. You're like, shit, man, like shit's broke, and you come pull up, and everybody that you know already knows what happened by what they heard or what they saw. And people just start showing up with tools like, yeah, I got that part, I got this. Or if you start asking around trailers, like, oh yeah, I got that.
That's
I mean, you're
badass.
talking about
Yeah.
expensive. Sometimes the shit's like 70, 80, $100. I mean, it's expensive shit. And they're just like, oh, don't even worry about it. I'm just like, this is crazy. And then you line up next to that guy the next round. It's like, dude, I don't want to eliminate this guy. Like, golly, he just got me here, you know?
So I
Like,
used to go to Motorplex, but I also like going to Kennedale. That was it.
They shut that down, right?
R.I.P. Unfortunately, sad day.
When I went there, so Motorplex was okay, but going to Kennedale, it was a smaller community kind of thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it was like when you got in the pits, like you can ask questions and you can learn stuff.
I raced my big wheel down that track.
Hell yeah. Damn.
I raced old 240s I used to build with the turbo motors. I raced sport bikes down that track, and I raced my big wheel. Never got to race a dyno or anything down it though.
Kennedale's like the home track. Like that was the track. Like that's
You could bring
where
a
I grew
fucking
up.
lawnmower out there and race that bitch.
Yeah, they let you throw down, man. It's not quite yellow belly status.
Oh yeah, yellow belly.
Man, you don't even have. You can wear flip flops and no t-shirt and make a pass on yellow belly, no helmet. That's an outlaw track, all right there. That shit's crazy.
Run what you brung, legit.
Run what you brung, even if you ain't got shit.
The first
Get the
week
Toro.
I had my Camaro,
Yeah, don't die.
I bought it, or I got it at the dealership, and it had fucking like 22-inch rims on it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ballin'.
Yeah, just big ass fucking black rims. And I fucking took it to the track with those rims on. I
Straight
was
up.
like, fuck it.
Stunting.
It's like, man, I gotta get this to the track.
Did you leave the AC on?
Hell yeah, leave that AC on.
Windows down.
Fucking dripping AC.
Got the bass going.
condensation.
Bomb.
Hell yeah, I had the music blaring.
I remember seeing what's the Grand National?
Yeah.
That
Beaut.
was donked out, and I was like, that pissed me off that it was Grand National that way. But it was at the same time that was when it was cool, so it was like, oh, okay, whatever. But he was running like 12s, doing that with those wheels. I was like,
I feel like that, like those big ass wheels, you just be breaking axles and shit, doing
Yeah,
that
they're
kind of
terrible.
stuff.
It's
All kinds of
terrible
stuff.
on
It's
your
not a
car.
good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you have like tiny little factory brakes back there. You're like, man, you just strap
Yeah, all that wheel
weight.
got some drums in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
I took them
How-
motherfuckers off quick. It was like the week after I raced.
What was it,
them,
like a newer body Camaro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a 15.
God damn.
Dang.
Yeah, my broke
But I
ass
say those actually
lost
come
it.
with big wheels. Those come like factory with 20s. They're designed to have.
Yeah, they
big
come with
wheels on.
20-inch rims, yeah.
But
it-
22 is a little ghetto.
Yeah, low profile fucking wheels on it. Or tires, I mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was I don't know. How did we get on racing? We were talking about.
Drag racing, motorcycles,
Boots
motorcycle drag racing. Yeah, that is how
IMS.
we got that far. It'd be cool to see some drag bikes at IMS.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like they had some different types of shit, but I mean, the one thing they do have a lot of is they have a lot of people doing those motorcycle trips around the world. Like like come ride South America, come ride the Himalayas, come ride Europe.
They got
have
like
lots of those
tour
little,
guide type
yeah,
things?
they have a lot of
Man.
those. And then like helmet people like Cena and Lexan.
Yeah, there's
Even though
cool
Lexan's not
product
gonna be at
stuff
this
there
one.
for sure. But yeah, there's cool product. My older brother, he was talking about. I don't remember exactly what the subject was, but I brought up that Lexan because they drift, and they're starting like next year. They're going to be doing tandem where they're actually going together.
Oh,
And it's almost like dancing in a car is what I would refer it to. But
so
yeah,
it's
I told
kind of
him,
gay though, right?
yeah, not really. it's actually badass.
It's cool because it's cars.
Let's slide
Yeah.
together, bro.
Yeah, slidey bros. But yeah. Anyways, he got the 4-pack,
Oh, that's cool.
so they can all sit there and he can like talk to his passengers and so on and so forth. So the communication will actually make it a lot more enjoyable, like for a driver. It's like you can just hear us just dying laughing. Like we go 4 deep in that thing, and he just throws it 80 miles an hour.
Damn.
Sideways and stuff. Dude, it's fun, man. If people haven't ridden in a drift car, I advise you go do that once in your life.
It is fun.
It is like the ultimate roller coaster ride. Like it is just nothing but a good time.
I've drifted many cars,
Yeah, there you go. You know what time it is.
not
then.
professionally.
Yeah, you don't have to do it professionally.
That's how I got a DWI once.
Yeah, out there shredding, having too much fun. That's hilarious.
Well, they call it when you drift in a straight line slalom or some shit like that.
Oh, you're Saudi drifting. You're just
Yeah, Saudi drifting. Yeah,
just
you go.
getting it, throwing it back and forth. Dang, you're having a good time for sure.
I remember when drifting was just getting big everywhere. That's when I was doing the import car stuff, and we would drive to Cali in like U-Hauls, and we'd get front clips. And I remember because Super Street
JDM.
used to be the magazine that we'd all look at back
Yep.
in the day.
That was a big import.
And so they did like this feature on this couple, right? And I can't remember their name, but there was like a dude and a chick that both drifted. They were pretty decent, new drifting, and there wasn't anything going on. It was just like
and
real
everybody to
underground.
learn off of.
Yeah.
Tokyo
And,
Drift wouldn't even know.
They were hanging out at the shop that we were getting the motors from, that we were hanging out
nice,
with.
yeah.
So that was like my first like time ever meeting people that I'd seen in magazines and shit like that.
Because you had read their story and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I was
You're
like
dang.
fucking like, oh, they're famous.
you're in
but they're just
California.
regular ass people, just like everybody else. You know?
They're just there to buy a motor for their blown up shit.
No, they just hung out there. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But
just
it was
chill.
like one of those shops, like tuner shops. Because back in like when we went out there, this one shop is a shop that we bought front clips from. We would bring them back on trailers and shit here and sell them.
Yeah.
But like Signal Auto was a big place. I think they were in like some area like I can't remember the fucking name, Gardena or some shit. I don't know. Like Motorex had all the Skylines. So when we went to Motorex, they had like the Skyline that was in. This is before Fast and Furious 2 came out, but the first Fast and Furious already came out, and there was an R33 in that one. And so that one was at the Motorex. They had a couple R34s, and these are cars
Dang,
that
so you got to see some badass
so these,
Skylines
like
sitting around. Dang.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
I
That'll
mean
stop anybody in their tracks.
this is before you like really saw them
Saw
around.
Skylines, yeah, for sure. They're
And
probably
then,
like still basically illegal.
We went to Signal. We went to fucking June, which was a badass place that built all kinds of cool shit. I met a lot of like dudes because back in the days, like there was this one guy named Marco Vargas. I don't know why I remember this guy's name, but he had this website where literally he did the same thing. He bought clips and he just
And
parted them
resold
out.
shit, yeah.
And you could always go find SR20, motor shit for the stuff on his website. And this dude just had a regular ass house, just decked out in like fucking car parts from these clips.
Just loaded
You know what I mean?
everywhere. Yeah.
And he had like
It's
a
his
primitive. I
inventory.
mean, this is 2002, right? He had a really strange. The website was like super. This is before you could really buy
Prehistoric,
shit on the
basically,
internet.
like websites used to be terrible.
Yeah,
as
like-
soon as you saw them, you're just like, I don't even want to go on this thing.
Yeah.
I don't even want to click on anything. Fuck
This
this
was
website.
LimeWire days, man.
Yeah,
fucking
dude, like-
virus is quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit is hilarious, man. How fast everything just boom.
It's it wasn't even that like the internet turned into something fast. It went slow, but it was a slow enough progression that we didn't notice it. It just one day, oh, we can do this now.
Yeah.
And the next day, oh, we can do that now. It's like the one thing I've been, my daughter, like they don't talk on the phone, they FaceTime all day, right? And I remember being a kid like in 1997, 96, just talking on the phone.
Being strapped to a
With the
phone
cord.
cord. Yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
or a cordless, so just being stuck in the house and being like, fuck, man, it'd be so cool to just see you right now. And I fucking never use FaceTime. When someone FaceTimes me, I'm like,
What are you doing?
what the fuck,
Yeah,
dude? Like,
point it away from my face.
yeah, like, I don't,
Why-
why you,
Could be taking the shit.
What are we doing this for?
I'll just sit here and use it like a speaker.
But it's just so weird, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how, but
That is
that's the
funny.
thing, is like progression. It just kind of happens, and some of us are paying attention to it at hardcore. It's like that's why, like, sometimes when I listen to Joe Rogan, I'm like, yo, he's right. Like, we have this amazing abundance of technology that we get pissed off about. Like, we're pissed off because our internet connection is not that great.
Yeah, shitty today.
Yeah, like I do pay a lot of money for my cell phone, so it does suck whenever you have no service somewhere. But 10 years ago, like, we weren't
Probably
doing
wasn't
any of
even
this shit. Like,
close to that.
Well, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Joe Rogan, but there was someone that was talking about cell phones. Like, why are you just mad at cell phones in general? It's taking a signal from land to outer space to a satellite,
yeah.
and then somewhere across the world. It's like
Sit back and think about it for
on
a
its
second. Think
own
about
right
what's
there
really
is-
happening.
Yeah,
Like how much effort you really have to put into that little to have.
I mean,
that
you might get
convenience.
cancer, but it's okay.
the weird thing is, like, because I don't really do like new cars and shit, but the car technology is ridiculous. Like, I mean, Matt, you work at Mercedes, so you fucking see all kinds of crazy shit.
yeah.
Yeah, well, even like I think I was sending it in the group chat. It was like all the stuff on this new model that came out. I mean, some of it's been around, but they're just updating it, and it's
Yeah.
just the technology. I mean, because Mercedes has like some of the first of everything, but they don't advertise as much as like some of these other brands when they come out. You know, like Ford and Chevy, when they come out, they're advertising all.
They treat
of
it like
but-
it's something special. And Mercedes like,
Yeah.
we did that like 5 years ago. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
Yeah.
but it's like, I mean, some of these cars are like over $100,000, so it's like a house for some people. But working on it, it's like, man, I can have a full recliner in this back seat and watch TV, and there's a cooler next to it, like with wine and champagne
that
and stuff.
refreshment.
Yeah.
What's the law to where you can drink in the car? Like, what, you know what I mean? Do you have to?
I think you have to have actual chauffeur.
A paid licensed chauffeur.
Because you can drink in limousines
Yeah.
and like party buses.
I guess because, I mean, none of you are in control, really.
Well, I mean, if
Ain't
I'm
got
in the
nothing to do
back
with
seat,
that
I should be able to
driver's
drink too, but it'd be an open container.
Oh, so
I
you
guess-
still get
I
an
don't
open container for being in the back seat drinking while someone else is driving?
Hell
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, come on now. I didn't know that. Like, dude, I'm all the way in the back of this Suburban. I'm in the third row. What are you talking about? You gonna give me a fucking open container
Actually,
right
I
now?
think they actually give it to the driver.
Yeah.
The driver gets the open container
So-
because it's in their vehicle.
Proper extortion of your
I mean,
dollars there.
I know if you don't have a seatbelt on, it doesn't matter unless if you're a child, that person gets the ticket. If you're like a child, then the driver gets the ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No,
so
that
it might be
alcohol.
the same way with alcohol. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, is there a like? I don't think there's some license you get to chauffeur somebody.
I don't
somebody.
know. I think maybe, I don't know.
So is
I mean,
there
I
like?
think you have
about
to get
it
a
one
license
time.
to be
There's
to
have
do
to-
cabs. It might be the same way for like
I
limousine.
think you got to get some little
So-
certification. Maybe not a
Yeah,
license, but like a little
you-
certification
I'm
to
sure
the
you
state.
have to
They're going to
take
tax
some
your
time.
ass on that some way, shape,
So
or
like, what
form.
about Uber driver?
Oh, he's paying something.
Well, they had to click a little thing that they agree to their terms. So
Oh yeah.
They agreed to somebody's terms.
I don't know. I think that's weird. Like, you were talking about the cooler and stuff, and I know that a lot of people like would do like Lincoln Town Car type shit, and they get drove around in those things. And I assume that you could just have a beer or a cocktail in there, right?
Damn. If you were a proper chauffeur, you'd have a cooler with beverages for sure. You're trying to get them tips.
Redneck Uber comes out. Hey, there's some fucking Keystones back there.
Keystones,
hey,
Coors
don't
Light.
mind that cooler that says Igloo. That was part of the car.
Yeah.
Y'all want to hit this weed?
We got that good. That's gonna be extra though.
What are some other crazy shit they got on cars now coming out?
Well, see, so they were changing the AC systems in there. They're getting rid
you
of
told me
the
that.
R134A, and they're going to this like AB 1234 or whatever. Some cars already have it.
Yeah.
But Mercedes, like when I went to one of the training classes, the instructors showed us this prototype for a fire suppression system, because even though the R134A works, it's, I guess, bad on the environment if you have a wreck and it spills out everywhere.
Yeah.
And people home, discharging it. So I guess the newer stuff is better on the environment, but it's flammable. So
Excellent.
they had a whole fire suppression system in there.
God.
Just
So Something else to
So-
go wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been in effect for, probably 10 years. Mercedes has been doing basically video cameras in their windshield that can detect whether there's a pedestrian, a dog, or just a regular obstacle. But they also can do it to where it can detect the type of road you're on, so it can adjust your suspension for you. So you don't have to you don't have to hit like a comfort or sport mode. It knows how to adjust it for you.
On tap.
Yeah. You turn they have little air bladders in the seats so that it can inflate it so it cushions you
level.
more on a turn. Inflatable seat belts.
Science.
There's all
Oh,
kinds
shit.
of stuff. It's so
Science, bitch.
some of it seems a little ridiculous, but you watch videos on it and the years of studies that they do for it, it actually makes sense in the end. So it's
Have you ever seen that movie Tucker? Is it Tucker? Cars? Back in the day? Hollywood made a movie about Tucker, but it was a guy that he was a big time innovator in the car industry. I guess it was, I'm gonna trash it, but it's like in the 40s or something like that, when like Ford and Chevrolet and nobody else cared. Like you got a black sedan, black interior with crap brakes, crap steering, no seat belts.
Yeah.
The glass, like if the glass shattered, it would just cut you to pieces and stuff like that. Then you have this guy Tucker that's like an inventor style guy, and he wants to put like dimming headlights and seat belts and breakable glass, and all they did was like they just did their corporate madness and just shunned him and snuffed him out and didn't let him be successful, and then took all of his ideas and implemented them into a car. And their whole thing was like they tried to stifle
Oh yeah.
the industry and to make it more basic so they wouldn't have competition. And then now they're doing stuff like that with inflatable seat belts. So that's only going to make an impact more comfortable instead of you getting a seatbelt rash.
Well, yeah,
You know,
the
like-
problem with all of it is that, I've always said this, is that motherfuckers got to die and they got to crash and they got to wreck, and that's how
before
there's
someone cares.
no. Like it has to happen. That's how many people work in the automotive insurance, collision repair industry. That reselling of remanufactured parts. That is a huge industry of people that rely on people having wrecks
Oh, for sure. It's inevitable.
so they can stay in business.
So,
Yeah.
so being in the body shop now, because of all the legal stuff that's been going on with other dealerships messing up and people getting hurt or killed, we had to, if there's something structural or even glass, we had to pull procedures from the manufacturer on any of the cars to make sure we're doing it the proper way so that we can cover our ass. Because we found out, even Mercedes does this a lot. I've worked on the same car within several months, and the procedures changed because of something happening.
Some like lawsuit
Like
or
in
something.
real
Yeah,
time.
it's they think that it's going to crash one way, but then they found out so some of the Mercedes, a lot of newer cars, they do like a lot of bumper or rivets and adhesive to put the cars back together.
Panel bond and stuff.
And so some of that rivets on the car was like, oh, there's too many rivets. Now we have to take out a couple of them to make it crash
to make
properly.
it actually crumple,
Yeah.
not be so strong.
Yeah, you can't have it like a indestructible car because then the people could die inside of it. You need some kind of crash to absorb the energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
It just seems like so complicated. It's like the insurance companies. I was actually talking to Jerry, the owner of Covington, about this. Is how the insurance companies have just gotten so ridiculous. Dude,
Oh, yeah.
I was telling you about how I got fucking I had set my insurance for my bike. It was renewed in November, and then I have a higher rate now. We agreed to this term, and then I made the deposit, and then my first month was higher than my deposit was. They just charged me for it. They didn't come back and say, hey, we found out that you lied about this one thing about your ticket history or some shit like that. They just changed it.
Yeah, they just made it higher.
Yeah.
So you got Geico or something?
No, I had Geico and I left to Progressive.
Dang,
I was with
Geico's
Geico.
trash.
I was with Geico from 2008. On my motorcycle, I've had 2 claims. They were what do they call it? Not theft, but like vandalism.
Yeah. That orange bike.
And that was it. I've never had another claim on my motorcycle policy, right? But when those 2 claims happened, never changed my notes.
Yeah, nothing went up.
Right? And then out of nowhere, I got a fucking ticket, and then my shit goes up from $90 for full coverage plus additional insurance to $260 a month at Geico.
Grief. It's almost triple.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo.
Yeah, this ain't gonna work, pal.
So, and nowadays it's not like you're talking to them like, hey, what's up with this? And they're like, oh yeah, here, we'll adjust this for you. No, well, the computer runs the fucking game here.
Oh, they're just going right off a computer.
And the computer says, this is what our going rates are right now, especially for you, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, yeah, well, I can't fuck with that. So I left and went to Progressive. Progressive was $120 a month, but it was a $260 deposit, right? For the same coverage I had that I was paying $90. I'm like, $120 is better than $100 and fucking, than $240.
Yeah.
So then I paid the $240 deposit, and then my first month the first draft was coming out while I was up there in Oklahoma in Covington's, and then literally I never got any email saying we're taking out X amount of money. They just took it out. They just charged me
here's a few
another
fees.
$200. I already paid $260. They charged me another $260.
For your first round.
For my second payment, which was supposed to be $120, and then it said from there on out it was going to be $160 a month.
Yeah, I was gonna say right up here off 342 is Allstate. And you can call that girl directly and talk to them. Dude, my shit's like $90.
See,
granted,
so
I
think
don't have a bike that's worth as much as your bike.
No,
and stuff.
it's
They're
not.
brand
Well,
new,
yeah, the FXRs are they're not that much to.
But
insure.
I think I insured it for like $8 to $10,000, something like that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's how they fuck you though, is because you insure it for that, but then if you wreck it or get stolen, they're not giving you $8 to $10,000 for it. They're giving you blue book value.
Yeah.
You're insuring the accessories that you would then have to prove that you have, and then they're going to depreciate them and give you money for that.
Yeah.
So you would have to go get a stated value by saying I want this bike to be, meaning that if it gets stolen, I wreck it, I want $10,000 for this bike.
Me what I'm saying.
Then they will give you an insurance policy for $10,000.
I'm gonna have to do that after I'm finished with it for sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna.
It's a weird deal, man. FXR Mike got screwed doing that shit.
Really?
Yeah, he had his RP, which those bikes, those RPs they were selling for
really
anywhere from
original.
$12,000 to $14,000.
Yeah.
But on Blue Book they were going for $6,000. But then they wanted him to prove that in this area that
you can get
that
that
you could
much?
sell that bike for that much money.
Wow.
People don't
Even
sell
focusing it down to
Yeah.
almost to an area or a zip code or a city.
Yeah.
Insurances
some
are
bullshit.
they're always trying to get you. So.
Well, insurances are just a scam to me. Just
Cat
having to deal with them on a
Well,
daily basis. So-
one of the things that me and Jerry was talking about is how fucked up it is. Say you live in Houston and they won't give you flood insurance.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck? Why the fuck do I need insurance if I can't even have the insurance I fucking need for
that's
this
what
area?
I'm gonna need more than likely. No, hell no. We ain't offering that down
Yo,
here.
so we don't insure things that are probably going to happen to your ass.
Hurricanes happen, but you don't get that flood.
Well, the whole purpose of insurance companies is to collect your money and pay as little as possible.
Yeah, that's possible.
They want a profit, but I think they need a little bit more, rules and regulations to be able to pay out more because they're just being stingy with the money.
They're the only company that I think out there that can control their actual, when they start to lose, they just raise their rates and we have to pay it.
Yeah.
As opposed to
it's
nobody
all or
else,
nothing, so.
nobody else is able to do that. It's almost like they need some kind of government regulation to keep them, doing it because they're the only people that can change their rates like that or deny you coverage based on something that they're supposed to be covering you
Well,
for.
even at my work, we're in a constant battle with insurance companies because they want to refuse things. So if the manufacturer, a lot of manufacturers, if you have a wheel repair done, if it's not a cosmetic, like just a scratch or just a simple paint, if it's actual damage where you have to bend, weld, or anything to it, that wheel is done.
Yeah.
It's a safety issue. Insurance companies, we don't care. We're not going to pay for that.
Yeah, that's
so we
insane.
have to get documentation to show them, hey, this is a safety issue.
You have to force their hand.
And
to make
depending on
them
the
pay
insurance,
for it.
sometimes they refuse to do it, and so we have to call their supervisors. Sometimes they complain, so we have to get their supervisor, and that could be for anything. Like some of the Mercedes with their, if you have a front end hit that on the suspension, you have to check the steering column because part of the steering column collapses, and they had issues where if you hit that cradle or anything hard enough, it's going to collapse that steering column, and that can in the future be a harmful situation where a person could die from it because
it's
it was
not going to
collapsed.
collapse.
Yeah.
So
and then they're going to sue you.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to countersue the company that wouldn't allow you to fix that.
and
wouldn't pay
we've
you
had to turn down cars because the insurance didn't want to pay it and the customer didn't want to pay the difference.
Yeah.
So it's like we're not going to be liable for someone's
That is
death.
crazy.
So
It's just that ongoing thing where all these types of industries are getting so overwhelmingly
Greedy?
to where it's like, just what the fuck, man?
I don't know how much longer that shit's going to like last before people are like, no, man, like.
We were talking about it last time you were here about the whole ticket thing about around here, how they fucking
Yeah, they
rape
extort
you.
the shit out of you. Yeah,
You know?
like one ticket in one county is almost $300, and then one here I got the same ticket and it was like $160. And it's like, oh, you just get to decide how much your ticket is just because you say so. Oh, that's $300. Like, dude,
well,
Like-
and some of the deferred programs or stuff like that.
it's all a joke.
Yeah, they could basically set how much they want to charge you.
Yeah,
you
oh,
know,
100%.
just to keep it
I
off
think
your
that's
record.
why I'm pretty sure that's why my insurance went up is because I had 2 tickets on my motorcycle this year for speeding, right? And I don't
Oh,
fucking
yeah, they're
do.
going to bump you for that.
Oh, you just paid it out.
Yeah, I just paid it off. I'm like,
it
motherfucker,
goes
I
on your
paid
record.
you. Like, why are you like?
Yeah, that's
why am
what's
I gonna go
crazy.
take a fucking driving class? Like, I got caught doing the same thing that everybody does every day, faggot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just got lucky that day. I felt like pulling over.
Had to put a faggot in here once.
one good solid fag.
But yeah, I get it. Like I said, I clearly screwed myself over. But it sucks that like I did nothing that cost the insurance company more money. Therefore, but they raised my rate almost triple
Yeah,
because
I
of
think
a
that's
ticket.
crazy. It'd be different if like you just got speeding ticket after speeding ticket like every year all the time. It's like, okay, now you're risky.
Yeah.
But the fact that you get caught speeding every once in a while, like you should have some sort of leniency
Yeah.
of like, oh
So-
no, that's our opportunity. You made a slight mistake.
I feel
We
like
get to raise your rate.
you shouldn't get a speeding ticket unless it's like 10 plus sober. You know, if you're going like
Make it 30.
anywhere like within a 10-mile range above, like it shouldn't be
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
set of
bad.
tires
But people
can
get
throw that
tickets
off of
every
you.
single day
on the
for
truck.
just going like 6 over the speed limit, which isn't that fucking crazy, you know?
You could be coming down a downhill slope or something.
Well,
like
then you
there's
get all
those-
those speed traps where they purposely set it up to, oh, you're 1 over. That's illegal. I mean, technically it is, but you're being a dick.
Yeah.
So, it sucks because, they raise the rates for speeding tickets because you're more of a liability of getting in a crash. So they don't want you to, or they don't want to take that chance with you. They rather have more money.
Say-
But it sucks because it's like, okay, what if I never get in a wreck? And now I'm paying all this extra money for nothing.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, it's there for just in case. And that's what I mean. Like, if you're not constantly being a problem, then they shouldn't just be able to bump it off of a couple speeding tickets. Like, shit
and it
happens.
sucks because, like, when you were looking for different insurances, you were screwed all around because since it's on your record, all of the insurance companies say,
Yeah.
oh, okay, well, you're going to have to pay more.
You know what pisses me off more than anything is that when you're filling out the application for insurance, it goes, have you had any wrecks or speeding tickets in X amount of last months or years? And, fill them in, fill them out, whatever, right? I filled this one out, but I didn't tell them about that one, right? And then
Snuck that one in.
And then at the end, after you sit authorize, click, agree, whatever, then it goes, oh, we noticed that you also had a ticket on this thing. I was like, bitch, why don't you just look it up from the
Yeah, why didn't
fucking
you already
beginning?
know that?
I
Yeah.
gave you my fucking social security number and my driver's license. Look it up and just let me click and say confirm. Instead of me, it's like I feel like you're trying to get me to lie.
It's probably another, like, $10 on that now.
Yeah, like because I fucking didn't tell them about that one. It's like, so then the last one I was like, all right, maybe it does kind of fuck with you if you don't tell them everything. So I was like, yeah, and this one time and fucking, I put everything out there. You know what I mean? But still, it just doesn't. I didn't get it, man. Like, why? You have the ability to check my entire driving record. I don't even fucking know how to do that. So if I give you this stuff, you should automatically be able to just calculate or fucking think and be like, okay, you have all these tickets. Off the top, you're going to be in this price range for fucking insurance. And then let me pick my shit from there. Instead of all this fucking guessing
test.
game. Yeah, like I'm going to play an honesty test. Is this lights flickering?
You know I'm going to bullshit you.
That's cool.
I was going to say a good move was the dimming of the lights. That's the move, right?
Well,
Set the mood in here, boy.
Set that mood.
Well, the dimming thing was also because I plan on using this room to, like,
Make
whenever
babies.
I get the balls to do this video vlog shit that I want to do for this
You can set
thing.
your lighting properly.
I can lower lighting and use, like, direct lighting for different types of lighting situations.
Just like shine a flashlight in people's face.
You good?
Yeah.
Cameras on them.
I mean, in due time, a video of the podcast would be cool.
Well, the video podcast is taking. I mean, that's what this computer on the right is for. But I only have one camera. I need two more. It's another $1,500 to get those cameras. Plus, the wiring for the cameras is probably another $300 or $400 just to get all the
set it up properly and
Come
Yeah.
on,
get the full
Patreon.
use that you're. that
Come
you're
on,
paying
Patreon,
for.
help me out. But once we do that, then we'll be able to do all this stuff like that. But the vlog thing I want to do is completely separate from the podcast. I want to start, like, I don't know. I want to bring some type of content to the motorcycle industry that
It needs some.
I
Like,
won't
if
say
you
that
go
it's
on
not there. I mean, there's a lot of people doing cool shit out there, but I think
There
that
is.
I don't see. There's not a lot of people in my shoes or scene or not scene, but
Well, you got a lot of moto
genre of
vloggers that are
motorcycles.
like a DIY kind of.
Well, yeah,
out
there's
the
a lot of moto
garage.
vloggers. There's a lot of people that aren't necessarily people in the industry.
Yeah.
Right. So their perspective is kind of, it's theirs, and my perspective would be a much different one because of what we do and how my position in the motorcycle
Yeah,
industry.
absolutely.
So that was kind of the concept. But
I think you're in a good position to do some really cool shit.
Yeah. Well, I know I was talking with you about that because I think you mentioned in one of the podcasts when you were with Ryan, it was like y'all are talking about airbrushing. It would be a really cool idea if y'all are talking about it instead of just like trying to describe it, you actually show it.
yeah, and
You
that's
know,
what this computer
Yeah.
will be capable of doing it. And then when we put the TV that's going to go on that wall, so like I'll be able to like so. The deal is this computer will be the one that handles the podcast video and everything once I get all the cameras and other equipment I need. But this computer, I'll be able to like pull up like someone's Instagram or someone's this or something,
Information.
and it will show you guys. You'll see it there on the
Oh,
TV.
yeah, you're going full Rogan on it.
Yeah, so you'll see it on TV, but then this will also be able to be shown on. It'll be one of the switches.
Where people on the internet can see what we're
Yeah.
seeing. Yeah, that's super legit.
So I could be like, hey,
that's
check
the real shit.
I'd be like, look at this thing Ryan did on this thing. And I'll pull it up there. We'll all see the artwork or the paint job or the bike build or the
can
new
explain it
product.
in his own way
But
as
then
well.
the same screen is going to be broadcasted through this so that the people, instead of the cameras pointing at the TV, it'll just be this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
That'd be dope.
gonna be dope.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing that I got to do is like I was telling you is like I really don't want to be the one sitting in this chair doing it all. Like I need like a
Yeah.
young Jamie for this situation.
Yeah.
So, but it's like that's the other problem is that like it's money thing, right? Like finding I don't make enough money doing this to pay someone a
Pay somebody
salary.
the kind of money that like a sound type engineer.
Yeah,
guy
and
would
then
want
the way
to
podcasts work is
invest.
like this shit. I mean, dude, it's fucking 1 a.m. right now. You know what I mean?
Oh shit, is it really?
It's
Yeah.
12:49, so it's
Yeah,
like,
people are like, yeah, they got to have a very particular schedule.
yeah, I'd be like,
to
hey,
able
dude,
to handle it.
we're doing a podcast tonight at 10:30. On a fucking Saturday or Sunday. Like, it's hard to find someone that's going to be that available.
Yeah.
That I can afford, which I can't afford anybody at the moment, and all that type of shit. So it's just a lot of work, So I got to find a way to, be the man behind the curtain here. You know what I mean, and do all this shit and.
Wear another hat.
Yeah. But I mean, I hope it grows into that. I think it'd be cool to be into that position where we
I mean,
have somebody.
what are you coming up on 2 years?
Yeah, it's 2 years on the podcast, and
I still remember like the first motorcycle related podcast because I've listened to podcasts since like 2011 or 2010 or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and was was Danger Dan's
real?
podcast. Yeah, that was the first one. And I listened to like one episode. I don't remember who it was with, but it was really interesting. And the very next episode was like the New Year's episode
with me and my brother, and all the other guys.
Yeah, I think everyone else was there. Did you only do one with him, or did you do?
I actually did a podcast with him. Like it was like episode 40 something. Where that's what got me into listening to podcasts because I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And then, I knew about it, but I didn't really listen to it.
Yeah, you weren't. Yeah.
And then I did that one with him. And then later that year, he did a wrap up podcast at Chopper Supply, and he had like Kenny Kirk, Danger Dan, I think Justin from Hang 'em High.
Yeah, he had all. He had a bunch.
It was a bunch of
interesting
us,
people
you know?
there. Yeah.
And we were all tripping out. And it was funny because that's the one that the dude from Chopper Supply, Kenny, kind of went off like on a
emotional.
The
emotional,
yeah.
like,
the guy that was all riled up.
Yeah, and we
I
were just
remember
all
that.
kind of sitting there, kind of like
Everybody had to take it.
Yeah, like it was real awkward, but
Yeah, I just remember that moment, and I remember
because he asked us at the time, he goes,
I remember
heard
Dan telling you like, "Dude, y'all are crazy, man. If y'all don't do it, man, get in there, do
Yeah.
it. Like, go for it." And then I was just like, "Yeah, I hope they do. Like, they there's definitely a hole there to fill for someone to bring more content out there on this type of base of material or."
Well, you know, the other thing is like Joe Rogan says this a lot about like imposter syndrome. You know what I mean? Like that concept.
Yeah.
It's like it's really weird to do this stuff because I don't feel like I'm qualified enough to do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
you have respect for the people that are doing it on a higher level, so you don't feel like you.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
man, I'm
like
not good enough for this.
Even when I listen to Danger Dan, because I still listen to his podcast a lot, and I'm just like, fuck, man, he's really good at talking. He's really good at letting the other person talk, or whatever the case may be. But you know, and then some people, you know, like I said, people were very positive with me, and they helped me out a lot. And they're like, dude, we love what you do. Just keep doing it. Blah blah blah. So, but that self criticism of like, you know, wanting.
That's the only thing that's going to make you better. Is
for
putting
sure.
yourself in check all the time and always being like, this just isn't. I do the same thing to myself about everything. I'm like, this shit isn't good enough. And then my brother will come in there and say, like, that shit's badass. I'm like, okay, maybe it is, because I'm not real big about
that reassurance.
Well, the reassurance never hurt nobody.
But yeah, this, I mean, dude, the podcast thing, I mean, it's crazy whenever like someone will first time listener to the podcast, right? And then they'll love like one of the last ones we've done, right? And then they'll be like, hell yeah, man, I'm gonna go back and listen to all of them. Like,
I might surprise your ass.
Start on this one.
Yeah. Well, it's. I mean, there's good content from back then. I mean, you know, I just think that I was, for sure, I was not. You know.
Well, it was in its primitive state.
Yeah.
So I mean, you had to learn like different equipment like this would do a better job. You know, you said you worked on your speech.
I say I did.
I mean,
like if you're doing it more, you're going to get better.
Yeah, that's kind of that's how I'm working on it, by
naturally.
keeping on doing it.
Especially if you're trying.
When I say I worked on it, I said I thought about it. No, it's that is the case. Like you just want to be better at the one thing I am trying to do though is get to where I have time to start writing down my ideas and write them down so that I can have a base, like you said, a base of understanding so that I can get to my point faster, because I have a point and it's rattling around up in my head, but finding the word to use to get to the point, it becomes very complicated for me. And my buddy Jason from Speed Metal Built said it the best. He goes, you stumble over your words a lot. And I'm like, that's exactly what I do.
You want to say 10 things like at one time. Like there's so many ideas going through your head that you can't spit them out fast enough before it's already. I do the same thing whenever I start talking. It's almost like babbling. It's just like, man, I just have so much shit going on. I can't get it out.
Yeah, I could see being in your shoes being hard because you, like, let's say if you had something scheduled for someone, you already know some questions like from day one.
Yeah.
Like what if it's like 4 days later you actually do the podcast, having to remember all that stuff in between, like exactly how you were going to ask it.
Well, sometimes like I haven't done this in a while because a lot of the podcasts we've been doing lately have been with people that I know pretty well. So I've just been letting it be whatever conversation happens. But like, say for instance, if I am going to, like, if I'm going to sit down with somebody that I know that I'm not going to have the opportunity to get there quickly again, or have them on, you know, relatively back to back or in a reasonable amount of time, then I will literally write out 10 questions that I want to help guide the conversation in certain ways. That way I can cover a lot of the things that I know that people would want to hear, which is basically what I'm going to want to hear. Like, I want to know about this part of your business or this part of how you got here, or, you know, what's your thoughts on this? Like, so I'll write that down and I definitely use it, whether it's notes in my phone or actual written pad. So, but it helps kind of carry the conversation. The other thing about here that I was kind of realizing is that as this room fills up with shit, it will help become conversation pieces in
Because
things.
people are going to see something that that interests them, or they might want to hear about.
Yeah,
They'll give you ideas, popping off,
the
seeing your own
the
shit.
video that you were talking about, having the screen up there and being able to pull up different shit will start a lot of different conversations. You know, just
Well,
being able to scroll through like social media and stuff. And
Well, I can't wait to hear what, you know, like Mark and Steve have to say when they come out here. I don't know if Justin's been out here to your
Justin's
shop.
never been, yeah.
Yeah, so, well, Mark and Steve have been out here several times. I can't wait to hear what they think of the shop.
So,
being
you know,
here.
when Steve Chamberlain came out last year, he came to the shop because we had just finished the Acura, remember?
Yeah.
So we were working when I fucked up that Acura, and then Matt helped me build it, or actually Matt built it. And so we got it all together, and I was driving that back and forth from the house, even though I didn't have plates or anything on it. So we came out here, and that's, you know, because Steve rode that street glide we had down there.
Yeah.
And he was like telling me, like, yeah, you can get these lights on Amazon. It'll make it brighter in here, blah, blah, blah. And we were talking about it. And so I just kind of you know, there's no way like this, what we did here, that it could be done in the summertime, or, you know what I mean? There's just so much shit going on. Even though Christmas time is the same way, but, you know, still, we got it done.
Shows and trips and all types of fun shit.
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on. Summertime ain't for building. Wintertime is for building.
Also, like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Sometimes
dude, I'm
playing.
so fucking behind now. Work, so behind. And fortunately, I think most of the customers that have been waiting, they're not necessarily in a spot where I'm you know, holding them back from anything, right? So
Not in a pinch or anything.
and you know, like I said, I most of the customers that I have these days are very understanding. They know me very well. I have a very open life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they
So-
pretty much know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always working. I'm always around. I wanted to make this place more of a place that I wanted to work at. You know?
But I'd say a customer getting mad would be like a boss getting mad because you found a better job.
Yeah. Well,
Like, what are you talking about? I'm
I mean-
bettering my stuff and I'm getting my shit dialed in, so you can. It's only going to make.
it's within reason though, because like I said, you know, a lot of the bikes
You
that
gotta-
we've had some bikes here for quite a while. They need to get out, but
Yeah,
I've not. I don't know. It's
there
it's
has
just
to be room for growth at some point in time, and it is hard to do everything.
yeah,
all at one
you're
time.
just you're only trying to make it to where you can get more work done at a, you know, you got more room
yeah.
and you have shit organized now. You got shit where you want it, and it just makes everything
But to say
flow
that helps
better.
ideas flow. That helps just shit move along smoother. Is having
Yeah.
shit organized and nice to where you can be surrounded by shit that you're inspired by and shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I called it an adult clubhouse. It's like it's got all your cool shit. It's like, man, it's all my cool shit. This is my little spot.
Yeah. Well, I also thought it'd be
That's
cool
where
as
you're
shit.
motivated.
I mean, even though I don't feel like my wife's gonna like the fact that I made this place somewhere I'd rather be than the house. You know what I
Chill
mean?
now. Like, this place is so cool.
It's like I put a big 65-inch TV in here, and I hook my PlayStation up, and I'm just fucking chilling here all the time.
It's fucking 3 a.m.
Yeah, I'm
but-
working,
oh,
babe.
shit.
I'm
Don't
working.
hate.
But then, you know, like there's I don't know, like even this room, it'll help out too whenever people, like customers come and we want to talk about, you know, the projects, things like that. Just being able to sit down and have a little bit of isolation to kind of get ideas
Yeah.
across is a good thing too.
But I'd say you can spread out all types of drawings and ideas and
Yeah,
pictures. Or
I usually
whatever
don't
you
draw
want.
on that time. It'd be afterwards, but
Yeah.
but no, I mean, yeah, there's different areas, and like I said, I want to still be able to work on bikes whenever the opportunity comes or a project comes that I want to work on, or if I want to rebuild my shit or a friend's bike, help them out, stuff like that. So
Yeah, you got the best of all the worlds, more or less.
I wouldn't say all that.
Dude, I think
I just got some cool shit.
Whenever you do decide to leave this place, whoever gets this, like, they're gonna be set up.
No, well, the way it's going to
You're
work is they're either going to be like, yeah, I was talking with a landlord, and he's either going to find someone that's like, this is perfectly what I need, or it's kind of going to get ripped out because they just need the space.
Yeah, they just want a shop.
You know what I mean? Because, like, this is a warehouse. Most people that are getting in, like, you go look at all these warehouses down the row here, none of them are this built out on the inside. They need the fucking shop space.
Yeah, they're going to raise the rent on this place for sure whenever you leave. Like, this could be... This could literally be an apartment. Like, you could work and live in the same place. Like,
So there's a lot of things that you could do especially as far as, like y'all said, living and running like a small business of all different types.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live here, though. I like the separation. But the scariest thing, I shouldn't say this, but the scariest thing is just like, is like I said, even though like Brad did all electrical work and I know that it's all legit, it's all put up like that, just the idea scares me. Like, this bitch went up in a blaze or something like that.
Yeah, still wrapping your mind around everything.
Well, yeah, it's just scary. I mean, because we fucking built it. We're not.
Well, hey, you got like I remember the house that when I was in high school, my parents built. One of the guys nailed in I want to say like one of the 2x4s, and it actually went into the water pipe. And like a month into the house, that pipe busted and flooded their whole living room and closet area. Like, went through wall and everything. And I mean, it was probably like $15,000 worth of damage.
Disaster.
And that was a professional.
Wow.
So,
What a way to reassure him.
Yeah.
just saying.
Well, I think we all, like, when we were building this stuff, we all took the initiative to run things very nice. I mean, all the electrical was done really well.
It was
you know?
done. Make sure
We drilled through the beams. You know, Brad came back and, you know, put the little hooks on everything so it's up against the boards.
Yeah.
We put all the electrical in boxes. Everything's tied up. I don't see how it could happen, you know, but there is a bunch of power strips everywhere, and that part scares me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but you got, I mean, all your lighting is LED. You may have a lot of power strips, but you don't have much running at the same time.
I don't have, it's not like it's not like we built this room and put some fucking, TIG welder up in this
Yeah, a
bitch.
bunch of machines running.
Yeah.
Shit pulling lots of amps.
But yeah, I mean, and we're supposed to be hopefully getting the AC heating set up probably around April, if I can afford it. But this place, I mean, and I think I can put a little space heater in here. It'll keep it warm enough in the wintertime, but in the summertime, it's going to have an AC unit in this bitch.
Maybe a little window unit type of deal.
No, a window unit be too loud. It has to be a unit.
Oh, you just pick it up on all the mics.
Yeah, that's like
ducted into here.
Yeah, you
farther
have the duct
away
coming in.
Yeah. Like even the duct is going to have like a type of muffler on it. That way you're not hearing the AC unit through the.
Starts whistling.
Yeah, I'd like to know how it feels in here with during the summer, because I know that the one time it was just the framework, or it might have been just where we did the flooring up here. When you turned your heater on downstairs, it was reasonable down there, but then when we got up here, it was like, man, this is hot. We were only
Burning.
like
Balls
5
was
minutes.
hot.
Like, okay, I got to go downstairs.
Yeah.
My balls sweaty.
Yeah, so there's a lot of those type of things that are on the docket that I got to figure out. But yeah, I mean, fuck, we were building this shit. We were literally thinking about like turning it into one big loft.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let's not build that wall over. Let's just leave it open. We'd be done right now, you know. But I think it worked out better doing it this way.
It looks damn good.
Yeah,
we did a good job.
So what do y'all?
Gentlemen, well done.
What do y'all think we should do here? So we'll do the party this weekend. Should we do some bike nights, or what do you think? Get it worked out.
Bike nights would be good here. You know, even if it's just every other fucking week or something, once a month.
Yeah, just every once in a while or something like that. Doesn't necessarily have to be the ultimate destination.
You know, like Justin did he does that swap meet over there.
Yeah.
And you know, people show up to that, and he doesn't do it all the time. You know.
That's actually FXR Mike that puts on the swap meet.
Well, yeah, but he has it at his shop.
Justin has that big field and everything.
Yeah, he has it. But I mean, people go, you know, and it's Mansfield.
Man, you know what? The one thing I really wanted to do, I wanted to have like different types of shows, like an art show type thing, but more for the shit we do. You know what I mean? Like custom paint. Like, say if I got other helmet painters to come down and, you know what I mean? It's kind of far fetched, but I
do something cool. At least you're getting ideas.
I feel like, what is it to travel these days? It doesn't cost that much to go places. You know what I mean? To go to a party across. I mean, if you have the friends and the people to see when you get there, then what is it to jump in a plane or jump in your car or your bike?
That's what I was going to say was, I mean, you're friends with a lot of these painters, so you could probably, if you do something like that, like let's say just 5 of y'all got together, be like, hey, we're going to go to your shop this weekend. We'll do some stuff, have people come out. That'd be cool. Like a month or 2 from now, we'll go to this other person's shop.
Yeah.
And y'all just hang out. You don't have to have 50 million people, but you can still have a good turnout. That would be a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, I don't understand the mindset of people that aren't willing to go. It's like, dude, like there's people that think an hour drive. Like, man, I can't make that drive. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's 1 hour, dude. Like,
Yeah.
just go. That's the only thing keeping you is 1 hour, dude. Like, come on now. Like, get on a plane flight. It's 3 hours. You could be totally somewhere new, hanging out with your friends and shit. Like,
Well,
go
you
do
know,
that.
it's all that shit. Like doing the camp outs, doing all the different types of things, and the network of people that we've all became friends with because of doing that shit is like proof that by putting yourself out there and going to these things, it just makes your life better. It makes your quality of life better having options of places to, I don't know if the right word is escape to, but
Yeah,
just
to get out of town for a
Just
week.
get away.
Yeah, dude. Like clearing your head and getting out of town. Like,
yeah, dude.
that sounds like a simple thing, but in reality, like if you're doing it right, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like it's good, especially if you're trying to be creative or you're just trying to be happy in general. Like you just need a little bit of a change.
I think,
you need a little
and
spark
also
every
like,
now and then.
like say for instance, like you know, like if you own a car, right, a decent car, you know, you can drive from Dallas to fucking LA and back for like $350, $400, right? So you know, like what's that? Like that's a fucking PlayStation, dude.
yeah, that ain't shit.
You know what I mean? What is that to come out to a place, meet people, do shit, you know? And the good thing about like a lot of things that's going on now in the motorcycle scene, the art scene, just the scene, is that a lot of things are small niche-based things, like smaller groups of people. So you making that trip to come to the Fast Life camp out or the Up North camp out or this party we're doing this weekend, you're literally coming to something where you're actually going to be a larger percentage of what makes up the people there, right? So you're more likely to talk to more people and meet more people as opposed to if you went to like, not saying don't go to these things, but just like Born Free. A lot of cool shit there, but there's so many people there. It's really overwhelming to see and meet all the people that you wanted to talk to
enjoy
and
it
meet
for
them,
everything that it really
you know?
is. Yeah.
It's like you're kind of overwhelmed with everybody you follow on Instagram in one place. It's like, fuck. I wanted to get for this. Yeah, I wanted to get like little things, like name tags. That way, everybody that's here this weekend has to put their Instagram name on their shirt, like a
That's
tag.
hilarious.
That'd
Everybody
be
knows
pretty
exactly.
Which I'm sure somebody's done that shit before. I'm
Yeah,
not trying to say I hadn't thought of it, but just like the concept is like, you know, that's one of the things you'll hear a lot all the time. Is like, hey, I'm so and so, I follow you on Instagram, or hey, I'm so and so on Instagram, blah blah blah.
Yeah, they just say their tag
Yeah.
instead because you don't know them any other way.
Oh yeah. And then all of a sudden
Yeah,
the conversation started because you follow each other and you know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, you like
and
that
most of us don't follow each other on Instagram to look at like our selfies, and most of us don't do that anymore.
Exactly.
But like you get on one of your pages or one of our pages, and it's like a bike or a trip or a mod or you know something.
Yeah.
So that's where conversations start taking place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is crazy. How
I like the
connected
one
everything
is like, hey, I'm Matt. Who are you? Mind Tripper. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I don't know your real name.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, I think it helps a lot of people because a lot of people follow a lot of people, you know, and fuck.
Speaking of, what is your damn Instagram again? I'm trying to post
Barnett
some pictures
Motorsports.
of this place. What?
Barnett Motorsports.
Barnett. Okay.
It's New Year's Eve, guys.
Dang.
All right, so
2020 coming in hot.
2020.
what this year's been crazy for all of us, huh?
It has been a pretty crazy
I got in
year.
a wreck.
Jesus.
Totaled my bike. That shit sucked.
Yeah, that's crazy. The other day I was just coming down 20. I was doing like 75 miles an hour and just traffic's just, nobody gives a shit about
Yeah.
anybody. And I'm like, this is where this guy ran.
Yeah, that's where I
was
went
like,
down.
Where you went down on I-20 at the hill or what?
Going east. So I was right there at fuck. Where is it?
They're not gonna know on here, so
I-20 is trash.
Okay, well I'm going east on 20, and it's 6:30 in the morning, so everybody's either late for work or just trying to get to
Half
work.
asleep.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm doing about 85, 90. Just I'm not doing nothing crazy. I'm just going in a
Just
straight cruising, and then I'm switching lanes, and I hit a huge ass fucking like hole. It wasn't a pothole. It was like a big dip.
Yeah.
Where like a overpass bridge connects, and
They connected
yeah,
seam
the
in
joints,
the road or
yeah.
something.
And that shit just threw me into a death wobble, dude. Fucking doing 90 miles an hour, fucking start wobbling. My tires are jumping off the ground. Like, my bike is dancing like crazy, dude. And then,
I've never experienced like a really hardcore death wall, but I've
was-
experienced just a slight one where it wants to start. You know, you can
Yeah,
tell, okay,
yeah,
I
I've had
shouldn't do
those and
that. And
corrected
even that's
them,
like
yeah.
a pucker moment. Like, oh shit, what are you doing?
that time, there was no fixing it.
You're just along for the ride.
I went down. And luckily, I guess my body just rolled up into a ball, and I just like rolled down 20. I went like 100 yards.
Using your foot as an anchor.
Yeah. Fucking
dude,
toes.
we
got
had so many
sanded down to
friends
the
go
bone.
down this year, and it all fucked up their ankles.
Yeah.
The ankle
Oh, y'all
boys.
wearing them damn
Yeah,
Vans?
with the ankle boys.
I don't even know. I don't know if it was Van. Everybody was wearing Vans, was it?
Yeah, I was wearing Vans.
Do the research.
Was Kyle wearing Vans when he went down?
Yeah.
I mean, it's Kyle. I would assume that or like
Or
Doc
boot.
Martens or
Yeah.
I forgot.
I mean,
that
Doc
other
Martens
brand.
is a leather boot at the end of the day. It's
Or his
still better.
cowboy boots? but yeah.
Was Jones. He was probably wearing. Well, what's that?
Franz,
The
when he
fucking,
got Franz got his ankle fucked up. Jones didn't fuck up his ankle.
Oh, okay.
Franz,
Yeah.
supposedly when Franz got hit, his shoe went flying.
That Jordan went gone.
I don't know why it's so funny to me.
I think he burned his ankle too, or something.
Yeah, dude, his
Like
ankle
laid
was
over.
fucked.
or
Damn.
maybe it was just scraped up.
That was the same night as your party at your house, Sax. Remember? He was in
It was-
or it was the next
No,
day.
it was the next day, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Holy shit, you showed up!"
He wrecked and then went out to your party.
yeah.
Fucking lives in Frisco, like
Wow.
an hour or something away.
I
from
legit
my
think it
house.
was the same day. It was a Saturday,
I think it was.
and he went riding on a Saturday.
I think it was the next day actually, because he had his crutches or something.
He's already gimping.
He was already on crutches.
I don't know,
Dang.
but yeah. So it was pretty wild.
Yeah, I wear like Bates. It's like this Bates shoe / riding shoe. It's got ankle support and
That's gay.
I'm gonna
yeah.
keep wearing Vans.
That's what everyone says. But I'm like, man, I ain't, shit. If I go
Like-
down, I'm gonna try to be as prepared
Like,
as I
I'm,
can.
I'm
and
probably
ain't
not
trying to
gonna
feel like
wear.
a rush.
I'm not gonna wear the same kind of Vans I had, but I'm still gonna wear
A little
Vans.
beefed up.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the half cabs,
Hey, half cabs go hard, dude.
but I don't knock anybody for riding and
Oh,
wearing
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of gear, you know.
But
But
you're just trying to be safe.
I mean,
don't-
it's good to make little jokes here and there.
oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Definitely.
I
talk
I
shit.
think that like wearing helmets the one thing. Yeah, and not if someone chooses not to, fucking all good. I get it. You know what I mean? I was definitely there's plenty of pictures of me
About
in
to say
the
you got
shop
photos
riding around.
downstairs, straight Fred Durst.
Yeah. You used to have to wear the bandana under the hat so the hat would stay on.
ball and
Yeah.
shit.
And I had Prada glasses on in that picture.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Flash.
Dude, if you're going
That
big
was the
wheel,
look,
you're going
though.
big wheel, son.
That was the look, though. I mean, you were doing nothing wrong there.
but
Yeah, I can't get on a bike without a helmet and gloves. I know everybody's on about gloves either, but man, I gotta have some gloves and a helmet on.
yeah. Well,
I
and
don't feel good without it.
I wear the in the summertime I wear like those thrashing gloves, which are doing absolutely nothing if I go down. But I do like the feeling of the gloves in between the grip and shit and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
those are really
Yeah,
nice
having a better
gloves.
feel. I mean, even if you're wearing a thrashing supply, like a little quick throw-on summer mesh glove, to me that takes the initial impact.
Yeah.
That's still taking the. I mean, it's going to get torn up regardless, but it's better, I think, than hitting asphalt with dead skin. Like,
You know the other thing I never do? I never hook like buckle my helmet. I always
Oh shit.
I never do it. I always
That's useless.
So yeah. The
It looks rad.
The Simpsons I wear, I just click the button And then on the belt that I was wearing, it has like a magnet.
Dang. They don't even put that magnet up there.
So
Like,
it's just
snap.
good
Oh,
for the
that's good.
initial impact.
Yeah.
Not all the
Maybe,
time
unless you
bounce.
get a little G-force here and there that yanks that helmet off. That's crazy.
You could just like you got served it and just slide on your head down the
Hey. You got served for sure, dude.
suckers just got served.
Oh, man.
But then you got to end in that pose.
Hell yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I
I mean,
don't.
like, that goes back to the biker boys. When
I
they
don't.
race-
I
when
don't
they
ride in
race for
shorts or
helmets.
anything like that. But I don't know, man.
Yeah,
like
yeah. That's too far.
Some of those guys, shorts, sandals, and maybe even no shirt on. And
this motherfucker used to ride bikes in water moccasins.
I
dude.
know
Hey,
the fucking house shoes.
No, or his house shoes,
House
right?
shoes.
Oh, they're moccasins.
Slides.
Yeah. Hey,
Slides on.
they're made of hide, and honestly, if I would have been wearing those, probably would have been better.
They would have been
than my
yanked off
fucking
your feet
Vans.
in a heartbeat.
Hell no, I had them hoes strapped.
He had those leather fucking laces.
The ones that
got
fucking
leather
break
lace.
if you pull them tight enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Get them wet too
Pop.
many times.
Dang. Knew I should have got some regular shoestring lace.
Man, I don't know. I love my moccasins, man. I still ride in them.
Yeah, for the house. See, to me, I just take some.
So
take
you
some shitty
for you
shoes.
this year, you bought the FXR,
Yep.
or was that last year?
That was. It's been like. Was that last?
Because I remember you hit
was
me up
last
because you
June.
listened to the podcast with Joe Kidd and you got
Yep.
FXR fever.
Yep. Because I was thinking about doing a Dyna. Thank God I swerved that. I just like to me it didn't. I was just trying to come off sport bikes and ride something that was more comfortable and more fun and more enjoyable to actually ride around instead of trying to be like full race mode because you can't cruise a sport bike. It's just lame. So I just wanted something that was fun that I could still kick around and have a good time on. And that was also affordable, so I was going to get the Dyna. And then I just realized all the shit that I would have to buy if I bought it. Like all the motor mounts and all this stuff to try to make it right because especially coming from street bikes and racing and stuff like that, it has to work right or I'm not going to have any fun with it at all. So, yeah, after realizing, well, if I get this Dyna, I'm going to put all this money in it because I remember talking to you at the IMS show. I was like, I'm not getting on that FXR shit. Like, there's too many FXRS and FXRC. Like, I didn't know anything about it at all. So I'm like, that is just overwhelming to me
Yeah.
to try to learn all this shit. It's already hard enough as it is. And so anyways, yeah, once I figured that out and then I listened to Joe Kidd's podcast and stuff. And then I just started going into the history of it with Eric Buell. And he was like a world champion street bike, like MotoGP style rider. The fact that he was involved in that really piqued my interest and stuff because I was riding on that 08 Sportster. And you have to like counter steer through all the turns. Like you really got to ride that bike, which that was all fun. But I was used to being like on a street bike where you can look at a corner and go.
Yeah.
Anywhere where I look, it's going to go there without me having to force or anything else. I mean, I understand how to ride. So
Yeah.
I want to follow the apex or so on and so forth. And just once I got caught up in that, and that's how they handle, and they're the best handling. I was like, well, if I'm already putting the money into it, I grew up around hot rods and stuff. I was like, I can figure this out, even if it's a clapped out pile of shit, whatever. I just fell underneath the that they're rare or something. You know what I mean? Like that you're not going to find like some cherry out there.
Yeah.
So you just got to jump on one, and I got a good one for the most part, I guess. But I do love it. It is the funnest bike that I've ever ridden.
Yeah.
Like, and I honestly mean that. And from the moment that I jumped on it, because I'd ridden like a Dyna wide glide up and down her street and shit like that a little bit. When I got on the FXR, I took it on a road that I used to like test the street bikes out on. And it just has a bunch of awesome little S curves and it's out in the country and you can get on it and like have a good time out there. And I just did that. And I mean, I just did exactly as I would on my street bike and just went through. I mean, it ate everything just flawlessly without having to think about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm so glad that I did that. Like, because I immediately felt that response instead of, because I'd been riding that Sportster all over the place and you have to counter steer, like you have to sit there and make that thing do what you want to do. And the FXR does it more effortlessly, I guess you could say. But other than that, yeah.
So you've been
now
dumping a
it's-
ton of money into it though.
Yeah. Now it's a frame off complete restoration at this point in time because it's a 1986 FXRP and everything's going to break on it at some point in time unless it's been restored.
Yeah.
Like everything's old. it's had the shit vibrated out of it, and the dude rode the crap out of it. Like, he owned it for over 20 years. So I was like, I know this guy don't wash this bike up. He built it in the early 90s, and he rode the living shit out of it. Why would he not? So, yeah, I just kept having to fix this, and it finally got to the point where the transmission was bad, and I just said, screw it. Like, I'm going to do it. I got to do it. Like, there's no, because at first I was possibly considering like selling it, because I do like an African twin. I do a lot of camping and stuff, so I grew up riding 4-wheelers and stuff, so I'm geared more towards off-road type shit too. But I don't know, the more I rode the FXR, the more I was like, man, I don't want to sell this thing. Because before I was like, I don't want to dump a bunch of money into it and then try to flip it or something maybe, and then not get any money out of it. And then finally, like, once things started happening, I was up to the point where I was like, well, for what it's worth of what I have, I'm screwed. Like, I'm lucky if I break even, and that would be cool. But I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna go all in. I got to do it right, and because I can't not do something not right, and I have all the capabilities to do it right. So I was like, there's also stuff, because I'm like a fanatic about antiques and cars and stuff, and like trying to restore shit that they don't make anymore. And I found a bunch of different rust spots on the frame and stuff, and that shit drove me crazy. I'm like, I know that frame's rusting. Like, that's the shit that just stupid shit that bothers me. I'm like, it's rusting, and I can powder coat it, so I need to restore it and powder coat it and make it good. Like, so I'm really excited to actually break it down. It was kind of like an inevitable situation, but I'm just hoping to have it by spring, so I can finally like really go and ride and enjoy the shit out of it, because I get to enjoy it for a very short period of time, breaks, and it's down, and it's money, and just trying to figure it out.
Well, that's why like people in the FXR community have a much more camaraderie together, because a lot of people that are in it earn it. They earn the time on their bikes, because they're getting old, and like you said, a lot of the older bikes need more TLC. I mean, you can buy one that's done, but it's just like everybody says, even a perfectly done bike, it's still gonna need maintenance. It's gonna need maintenance, or it could rattle something. You know what I mean? Like, you're not buying a off the showroom bike, even if it's rebuilt and redone and restored.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so it's a bike that like people kind of respect it. You on it because they know that you probably had to go through some shit to be on that bike.
Yeah, I made like a funny Instagram post one time, and I was like, I know why everybody enjoys their FXR so much, because they have to work so hard to enjoy it. Yeah. So that's why you're like, finally I get to ride this motherfucker.
But there's bikes out there like FXR Mike is literally bikes that look like it should never even start, and he's just started it, changed oil, and ridden it across country. You know what I mean? So there's
when
definitely
we saw him at Born Free, he was already ridden that FXR across the country without any issues. Yeah. And my newer bike by
2015,
2015, struggling.
So it's really a perspective thing. But like I said, it goes back to like what's the conversation that we really want to talk about. We want to talk about how smooth or perfect your bike runs. That's a short conversation, bro. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, to me, like, a lot of
it was great.
Yeah, like, just like you kind of were making fun earlier, because like I had a shitty belt, but I was like riding all the way up to Colorado. Like, I knew where I was going, that I had friends there, and that those friends are into motorcycles, and I was like, I'll be okay. Yeah, I'll figure it out whenever I get there. Like, to me, it was just worth just going.
There's something a little exhilarating too about riding a bike that you're not sure if it's going to get to the point B.
Dude, I didn't even make it out DFW. Like, this crazy ass storm hit. Like, literally, like, as I'm leaving, some like wall of water shows up. Like 60-mile-an-hour winds and shit. Like, I almost was completely flooded, because I tried to like cut up 408, and I didn't think about like 408 goes down by the Trinity. That's like the first highway to flood in Texas, like, or at least around the DFW area. I mean, like, dude, like, it was gnarly shit right off the bat. Like, I was going, like, I pulled over underneath an overpass, and just like to get out of the rain, because the rain was raining so hard I couldn't even see in front of my face. And whenever I stick my foot down, like halfway up my shin, that's how deep the water already was. Like, it was going over the floorboards on the bike. Nice. And I was like, fuck, dude. And like, I couldn't even see the next exit in front of me or nothing, because it's raining so hard.
Should be Singleton.
So I just passed Singleton. Singleton. I just went over the river, and dude, so I pull out my phone to try to get my map, and my phone drops in the water because the wind blew so hard that it just blew me right over onto the concrete wall, and that's when my phone hit the water, and I just saw the light on my screen just go flying down the water. So I just jumped off the bike and ran down, and I get my phone and shit, and I'm just like trying to pick the bike up, and the wind is just blowing so hard I can barely get the bike off the wall, and I finally get it back in, and I was like, dude, I got to get off of this. So I just take the very next exit, and it's like after sequence, and it doesn't really go anywhere. It just goes into industrial shit to where you can't get
Shady
it. Like right before 183. Like you're screwed.
You growliers.
Yeah, there's like nothing around there. So like I exit, and as soon as I exit, I'm like,
there's no gas stations right there.
yeah, there's nothing. There's no place to hide. Everything has a big barbed wire fence.
Yeah.
And shit. Like there's like a Whataburger over there. I was like, fuck, this isn't the right exit to crash there or nothing. So like then the on ramp was right there, and I see this car go up the on ramp and like the biggest wave of water. I was like, dude, I don't know how I'm gonna make this. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it. So I literally I just stood up on it straight up and just hit it straight in the middle. And as soon as I hit the water, there was no vision. I just had this wave of water just soak me. And I'm just riding through the water, like hoping I don't hit a curb, like hoping that I'm still aimed straight up. And I finally come up the hill, dude. And there's this lady like covering her face when I'm coming up because she just watched me go through that. And I'm like standing up, like, and like I'm literally just looking at her like, yeah, like I feel like I'm about to die. But so like I finally pull off and I found an overpass and shit, dude. All the headlights. I just redid all the wiring on all this shit, all the headlights. I had no headlights, no blinkers, nothing. That was all. And even though
That's the best way to start a trip.
Yeah, dude. I was just like, and my phone was soaked, so like it was starting to shut down. I could see it like failing on me. Mm-hmm. So I had a friend that was up near Fort Worth, so I cut over and made it up to there. But like that, I literally packed the whole bike. It took me like an hour or 2 hours to pack this whole bike down. And I soaked it less than 20 minutes from the house, rode an hour from the house, unpacked the entire bike, started throwing shit in dryers, my jacket. I mean, I was done.
Yeah,
but
that's a pretty much the same thing that happened to me on my way to the camp out. I think it was the
first one?
No, it was the second one, I think. No, because we did the
pre-camp.
test out. Yeah, the pre-camp out. It was the first initial. Yeah. On my way there, I was about an hour and a half away from home. I'm like north.
You didn't have a phone for a minute.
Yeah,
like you were walking around with an iPad.
Yeah, and I had my phone, and I finally get a phone, and then I fucking go, and it starts just like you said, a wall of fucking like
it's crazy
pouring down, and I'm on Central, on 75. And the water is up to my fucking shins.
I say it floods out real bad in there.
Yeah, and you can't, like, there's traffic, like, everyone's stopping and shit. And
there's nowhere to go out there.
Like, I couldn't see fucking 10 inches in front of me. Everything was just solid fucking rain. And by the time I'd get, like, 5 feet from someone's ass into their car, like, I'm about to fall over into this ocean fucking highway.
Yeah, because then the water's like trying to push your bike over and stuff. Like,
and then my new phone gets fucking trashed, just soaked. It's in my fucking mount, and that's my GPS. I didn't know how the fuck to get there.
You ain't even made it out of Dallas yet.
I haven't even made it out of North Dallas.
He stops in Oklahoma. I'm trying to get to K River Campground.
Moyers. Where's Moyers?
I see y'all got a map.
So I had to stop, and I was stuck at a gas station for like 2 hours, and there's homeless people.
Did you make it, or did you turn around?
No, I had to turn around. My phone fucked up.
Dang.
Everything I had was just soaked.
So you got taken back to the 90s. Like you had to figure out how to get somewhere. Like
yeah,
like nah, I'm just going home.
Because I was trying to find somewhere to pull under, and I had exited and fucking went all through this fucking town, whatever town I was in, and finally found somewhere I could pull my bike into and fucking get out of the rain.
You see like 1,000 places, and then it's raining, and then you can't find any place to hide.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, come on.
And then my phone is fucked, so I have no clue where I'm at. And so I'm stuck there trying to figure out how the fuck to get home.
It's never a good feeling to be lost. Like I was telling Jace before, like I love maps. I'm really good at reading maps and so on and so forth. I'm really good. I can, at almost any point in time, I can tell you what direction is northeast, south, or west and stuff like that. So when I'm lost, like, I feel really vulnerable, and like the anxiety of being lost and not knowing exactly where I am. It's like a big deal, and that shit freaks me out. Like, it's not a good feeling to be like, fuck, I don't even know where I am. I don't even know which way's home right now. I go anyway. I don't know where the hell's what's what. So
Until you hit it like a major highway or some shit.
yeah, until you somewhere you're familiar, we're like, okay.
Yeah, I don't mind being lost or I've never lost because, like you said, I stay
know where you're
knowing
headed.
maps. You know what I mean? Like, usually a gas station stop is also a stop that I'm gonna look at the map and see what's ahead.
Double check, yeah.
But
make sure you're where you think you are.
just being places where you're not sure, because like being from where we live in Texas, like we don't really have the hood that close to us. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. So like when you hear all these stories growing up about certain areas and stuff, and you're like, okay, where does this area start? Like where does this part of LA start that I'm not supposed to be in, or riding a bike through, or Stockton, California, or when I was in New Orleans, like what? Because the shit was sketch in New Orleans, but it was like I felt more safe there than I obviously did in Indianapolis. You know what I mean?
You felt too safe up there. You let your guard down.
Yeah, me and my buddy walked like an hour into not New Orleans, but Shreveport, and we walked into like the hood of Shreveport, like an hour away from our hotel, looking for cocaine at 3 a.m.
We gonna find it out here.
I'm walking with a fucking pool stick. It's just me and the fucking whitest dude I know, and we're in the hood, and there's just everyone's just looking at us crazy, and we finally get there, the sketchiest drug deal ever. And then
you made it happen.
Then we have to walk back with.
Hope you don't get robbed. Hope you don't tell the homies to come rob you.
Yeah, we found it though. So.
Wait about 15 minutes. They'll be about here, then rob them there. That way they don't know it's us.
They ain't never gonna know it's me.
Yeah, we were just following some random dude from Shreveport, like, yeah, man, follow me. It's just over here by this light. And he took us an hour away, dude, walking.
Yeah, that's about how that goes.
We were halfway, and we were like, dude, we thought it was right up here. And it's like, oh, yeah, it's just up here. We're like, well, we've already come this far, so
let's go keep trucking.
Just keep trying to get
You're going to get
cocaine.
that energy. You'll have all the energy to walk back that you need. What is that?
Speed walking.
We walked back and we went to the strip club next to the hotel. Like, we earned this shit. That fucking strip club was terrible.
I've never been to a good strip club in Shreveport or Bossier City. I think it's Bossier City is where all the casinos are. I think Shreveport, it's illegal to gamble there, and all the casinos are
on water or something like that.
Yeah, like you have to be on a boat or some. I don't know, some weird thing.
I
don't fucking know. I'm talking out my ass right now.
I've only ever gambled in Vegas, and from what I heard, if you're actually going to go to gamble, that you shouldn't gamble anywhere else because your odds are always better in Vegas. Like I've heard that. I've heard that like Louisiana. I know everybody's going to win.
Yeah.
Or you're going to win and you're going to lose some, but like I've heard like as far as odds go that like Louisiana isn't too shabby, but Oklahoma's for sure a ripoff. Like those Indians got hate in their blood, dude. Like they're out to rob your ass. And then like you can go to Vegas where you have better odds. Like it's almost like they have more money to play with or something like that. I don't really know. Not a big game.
Yeah, if you ever go to WinStar Casino, it ain't necessarily Vegas. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I'm spoiled because that's like the only place I've ever really been was Vegas.
Dude, I went on a bike ride with some people here once. I don't gamble at all. It's not really my thing. But I went there, and the whole goal was we were going to WinStar. We're going to eat at one of the restaurants and dip. And I swear, I walked into this world's largest casino, right? And you're in there, and it's just like
cheesy.
Every fucking I'm trying to find the best way to like look at it. It's like it's just fucking rows and rows of goddamn slot machines, and it's like
computer machines.
It's like people like it's. I'm trying to find the best way to say it.
People of Walmart, kind of.
Yeah.
Just hanging out. They're just pushing buttons and smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, and it's just like fuck. Like you mean you worked all week to come here and play something like I've always thought if I'm a gamble, I would rather gamble at like like blackjack or poker or Russian roulette or craps or something. Like not a fucking thing. You just hit a button and just one day I'm gonna win.
Get there, yeah.
At least you get to make some decisions in the other games. You know what I mean? Which I guess you get to make decisions in, max bet or not.
Yeah, but it's still a computerized game.
Some of them have those mini games.
Cards.
Yeah.
That's the fun part.
But it's just like you see these people like just sitting there, just fucking wasting their life away,
Like zombies.
Yeah,
and like I've never understood the gambling like addiction.
Dude, the fucking. You ever walk into a gas station that has one?
They're sitting there. I'm like, what are you doing, man? You have nothing to do.
The one where I live in Maypearl, there's 3 fucking little slots.
They're always full.
There's the same fucking people just sitting there every night, dude. It's crazy.
They had a couple at Redbird Lane in
Yeah.
Duncanville that I remember watching people do that. It'd only be like, I think there was like 2 or 3 of them, but it would only be like one person on there, but they're there all night.
Yeah.
Their paycheck.
That's my shit. Stay up off my game. They're playing those odds.
Piss whenever
every
someone
night.
hits on their machines.
Man, I done worked so hard for that.
That and people that played like scratch offs and shit. I never
Me
understood
and
that.
my brother were literally just having this conversation. We're like, dude, every time that it just so happens I have to walk inside to a gas station, it's like I get caught behind somebody buying scratch offs. And I just want to smack that dude in the face. I'm like, dude, is it really that significant? Like,
It ain't even like the old days.
They're like pulling lotto numbers. Oh man, I want that one, and I'm like, dude, can we make this real quick so I can get out of here? Like, I'm not trying to sit here for 30 minutes while you pick your damn lottos.
I haven't done it in a while, but I did buy scratch offs. Like, I had like this binge because I just kept fucking winning, dude. You buy like $20 tickets or like
The $20 and $50
The $20 and $50. I bought a $50 ticket and won $1,600.
Yeah.
So
we went to my wife's cousin's kid's birthday party, and her uncle was there, and it was like she did some stuff for him, and he gave her like $50. So while we were going home, we stopped at the gas station, and my wife bought a $50 scratch off, and we won like $300. So we went to like the next gas station, like we were scratching as we were driving, and then all of a sudden we pull over and buy another $50 one. It was like $100. So we just kept going for like, I don't know, it was probably like 6 or 7 gas stations, and then finally we just lost all the money.
That's odds right there.
I could have had probably $1,000 at the end if I would have just like only done a little bit, but
that's hilarious.
It's
That's how
like
they get you, man.
the better chances of winning are with the higher tickets, but you have to spend a lot more money.
See, I used to know when I used
pissed.
to work downtown, there was a guy that had like a convenience store. He was an Indian dude, and he knew like some website. It was not in English whatsoever, and he sold lotto tickets, and he knew the odds to the lotto tickets, and he knew like with how many numbers are in each ticket, how many winners are going to be on that roll, and so on and so forth. And then obviously he would keep up with the odds as he sold tickets, because he knows if it's a winner, it's coming back to him. So he knows how many winners are on that roll. Yeah. And then like he would like let us know like, hey man, they're going to start hitting, but you're going to have to pay like they're like $100 tickets or $20 tickets. So if everybody throws down on it, dude, then we buy a bunch of them like as a group. And sure enough, there'd be multiple winners in there. Everybody would win because he knew what the odds were on those things. But yeah, it's all a scam.
Yeah, that's how it was at the place that I kept buying mine from. They were like, either
So
this
you are
one or the next
exactly
one,
what
dude.
I was talking about. I didn't understand. Dudes that buy lottery tickets and
You're just sitting there shaking your head. But yeah, that shit always gets me. I'm just like, dude, damn lotto ticket buyers, man. Holding up the line in the convenience store.
well,
Sorry.
There's those guys that they just pick out their lotto ticket and they just scratch off where the barcode and the little
That's
number
what I
is,
did.
and they just scan it. They don't
Yeah.
even like I
Yeah.
Play the
I like
game.
I
playing
don't
the
play the
games
game.
like the crossword. Like I might get a word. Oh fuck, I didn't.
I ain't got time for that shit. I get the ticket, scratch the barcode, and winner.
that's ridiculous.
Give me my money.
Or take my money.
Yeah, that too.
It was nice when they had the little reader to see if you won off to the side. So
Yeah.
you just buy that and just walk over, and then okay, I'm a winner.
Yep.
So it's
Damn
taking all
shame.
the fun out.
Y'all could have so many things in life.
Yeah, I
Said
thought
he
I
just gambled it all.
I
on
thought I
cards.
fucking won the jackpot on that $1,600 ticket because I scanned it and it said
Big
you
winner.
won, please see cashier or some shit. Or
And it's like a little percentage where you got like $16 instead of 1,600.
no, it was the 1,600, but I thought I won like the $1 million on the thing because it didn't have a
Oh, shit,
number.
you won
It said you
1,600.
won.
You won. You
And
thought
then
you won like the $30,000 pot.
Yeah.
Dang, nobody wins that.
My daughter's mom's parents they were the ones that had the gambling problem. They used to go to like Isle of Capri and stuff in like Shreveport, Bossier City, whatever. And they would go every weekend religiously, and they would get like comped rooms, all kinds of shit. So when me and her were kids, like 18, 19, we'd go there with them and just stay in the hotels and shit.
Yeah, just hang out.
And they won one time. They won like 30 grand, and one time they won like 50 grand. But like they were also for sure putting in more than that into
Yeah,
it.
throughout the year.
Yeah, it's just that they would like. It's almost like they were depositing money every weekend, and then every once in a while they'd get it back or some of it back or whatever the case may be. But
Yeah, because like the casinos have like point cards now. You know, like your little guest card, and it keeps up with how much you're betting. Like at least that's the way that it kind of was in Vegas. And like the more you bet, and the more that you're spending on that card, and you're gathering up all your little points. A, the more they give you, and the B, I swear it changes your odds whenever because you keep having to stick that like in if you're doing.
they need to let you win something that way. You'll keep doing it.
Yeah. They'll feed you a little bit to keep you going. It's just like, dude, this is such a computerized.
Is there nothing else that you like people that do that could find some kind of excitement on? Like, you know what I mean? Like I think about this too a lot because I'm always thinking about, kind of more of a hustler mentality, right? And I know people that have like, not necessarily you, Matt, but like people that have like 401ks that legitimately want to like invest in things and do shit, but they have no fucking clue where to go.
Yeah, I've had how to do it.
So they end up,
properly.
I mean, not that I know where to go, but I mean like they end up going
There's
investing
things
into
you
like
can do with certain amounts of money
Yeah.
if you know the right people or you know how to do that. You can either get got or you can find somebody that can help you be really successful with
Yeah.
that money instead of just letting it sit there for sure.
Yeah.
I would always rather have a hobby or something I'm interested in to dump my money on. That way, at least, like in the case of lottery tickets, like you literally could buy a $50 ticket, scratch it, and win nothing, and then that is $50 gone.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had a hobby, that
That didn't
$50
hurt.
would be towards like whatever that hobby is, something tangible.
You get something from it.
Yeah.
So, but there, part of the thing is it is an excitement. It's a risk. So I
Yeah.
could see a lot of people doing that. I usually never gamble because I rarely win. When I went to Vegas on my honeymoon, I think I won $250 one night. But again, it was like the next day we go and we lose it. So
You
it's
spent
like
$450.
well, it's like I think we had a set goal that we were going to spend $500, and we spent it. We didn't waste any more. I think we might have
You
maybe
just
20
gave
or so
yourself that
more,
much.
but
I'd be pissed.
yeah, but we gave it because
Yeah,
we
drop
knew
500.
that like this is going to be the max. Never been there before, and of course, there was a couple times we went to one of the, I think it was craps and roulette. We just did a couple thing on there and won, but it was only like 20 or so bucks. But I won $250 on a slot machine.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really successful, I could see because like I don't have the luck. I'm not going to gamble. The same thing like you're saying. If I'm going to spend my money, I'm going to spend it on something that's tangible that I can have. I'm definitely not going to waste
You know what
it.
gambling I think that I would be able to get into is like sports betting or fight betting and things like that.
Yeah.
Like I would be into that, but
It's more of a
the
strategy.
simplistic thing of it, not like this like fantasy football shit. I have no fucking clue how that shit works.
call
I
your
like
buddy.
doing squares.
I have
Or
no
your
idea
buddy.
how that shit works.
Yeah,
I'd be like, I bet you Cowboys lose. Period.
Guaranteed.
I like
How much
that
you trying
kind
to
of
bet?
bet.
See,
yeah.
see, I sort
That's
of
a
like
good
the
bet.
squares because it's like, okay, just pick a square, write your name on there, and however much the square's worth. If you get one or more, just pay it. And then I don't even have to watch the game. They just come back and be like, hey, you won, or
Yeah.
hey, you fucking suck.
Somebody else works it all out.
Yeah, so there's I don't know, but I just try to stay away from it because, like I said, I don't like losing money.
But
You
so
know
you're
what I
not
mean?
missing out on anything.
Dude, me and Jesse were in Vegas. Like we went down to the casino, and he was wanting to gamble, and I was just hanging out with him or whatever. And we sat there and watched a roulette table for probably 45 minutes. Like, just watched it, like, creepy as fuck. And
Checking it out.
and we were calling it like red, black, you know, all that shit. We weren't really calling the numbers, but we were calling
Yeah,
red,
calling
black,
color.
green, red, black, you know, blah, blah, blah. And we'd be like, I bet this next one for sure is black. And then bam, black. And it's like, if we would just have bet at one of those times for 45
Got in
minutes,
there.
the odd, we guessed a higher percentage of the right shit. And it's just a simple bet. Like I said, it's just the red or the black, you know. But I used to
And
tell
believe
Well,
that
it's
you
a
can bet off
50-50
whether it's
odd.
going to be
Well-
red or black. It doesn't have to be a number. You can bet like a minimum bet, and it's like it's just going to land on red. I think you can do that.
Oh yeah. I mean, you could do minimum stuff, but I mean, like, but my thing is like, I would rather just kind of like, I would probably be more okay if I was like, all right, I'm gonna put 500 on red because it's just hit black, 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 and this thing has been consistently, it's never hit 3 blacks in a row, so the odds of it hitting, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
they're in
black
my
or
favor to hit red, so bam, here's $500. I could lose it for sure, and I would maybe be okay with that. But I know if I lost it, I would be done. But if I won it, I'd definitely walk away too.
you feel like you have more control over that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't like the idea of, like, I'd rather lose money in an arm wrestling contest than fucking just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather just lose
Just
because
piss it
I
away?
sucked
Or a
at
punch
something.
bag contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll fuck somebody up in a punching bag contest. Except for BA from East Texas. That dude can hit pretty hard.
BA or
Air
Hey,
rock
hey.
stunts.
Yeah.
Hold on now.
Hey.
Me and
Yeah,
you
you
were
see
going
me.
back to
Oh.
back. Fuck that.
Oh, yeah.
but then
Uh-huh.
he stepped his game up.
Yeah, and
I
then-
think
then
he got
that-
a little tired.
Hell yeah! And then that dude you're talking about, what was it?
It was rock.
Rock
Like, he was
stunts.
sitting in
rock
the
stunts.
chair.
He just
was
literally
sitting-
just stood up
I was
and
like,
smacked.
"Hey, dude, fucking hit it!" He just stood up from his chair and bam, fucking got
Knocked
beat
the
the high
shit out of
score on the fucking machine.
It malfunctioned.
bullshit.
You should have saw BA when it was me, Kyle, BA, and I don't think Scotty was there yet. But we went to one of the bars, that Select Start or whatever,
Yeah.
at video games. He was rocking the whole machine. That thing was shaking, but it just wouldn't get a good reading. And it was, this girl was punching, and she hit harder than him one time.
Hey,
and
she don't lie.
Yeah, well, she just hit the sweet spot on this one, and then he was so pissed off. He kept hitting it harder and harder. That machine was moving. Finally, I was like, "Hey, just like you're hitting it up a little too high, hit it down a little bit lower," because he's taller. So when he finally hit it lower, it was like, I don't know, like two or 300 points higher.
Nice.
His energy went to the machine instead of moving it.
I'd like to get one of those. That'd be tight to have one over here at the shop. Just fucking
Just wear yourself.
It
out
went from
every
being
day.
a custom paint motorcycle shop to now like an arcade and a fucking
The Guido hangout. Put some weight benches up for this bitch.
Put Fast Life Hideout.
yeah
dude, you know, just
doghouse, the Fast Life doghouse.
maybe you're just stressed out at work, dude. And you're just like, I just gotta get some stuff off my chest.
Little speed bag.
Anyway, dude, we're almost at 3 hours. Matt's got to go to work in like 2 hours.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, that's
Man.
good.
That's grown man shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 2019,
Good
man.
times,
Shit.
I'm gonna try to get this released tomorrow so that we can have it out.
Oh, in time.
Yeah, because
That
2020 is
Last
upon
one.
us.
last one of the year.
Dang.
Hell yeah.
That's 6. That's what, 2 years straight you've been doing it pretty much? You started?
Yeah.
Last one of the
Dang.
year, first one in this room.
Yep.
That's cool, man.
Hell
It's
yeah.
been cool to vicariously live through your journey of doing it, from listening it from the beginning and all that type of stuff to see, because like I've always thought it'd be really cool to do podcast type of stuff, but I don't have I
Yeah.
have too many other things in my head to try to do some shit like this or something, so it's been cool helping and just being able to see that come together for
And I appreciate it, man.
someone
Yeah,
else. That
it's
shit's
been
super
awesome.
cool,
I,
especially to think about the content you're going to come out with in the future and
Hopefully.
stuff.
yeah, I was excited every day coming over here working on this shit, dude.
Yeah, it was just fun.
Just
Like,
seeing
man,
it
this
come
is gonna
together.
be cool as shit when it's all done. Like everybody kind of, if you enjoy listening to the podcast and you can help, and you're getting
That was what
benefit
was
from it.
cool about it. Like with, I fucking suck it. I remember his Bordertown Waco. What is his actual?
Bordertown Waco. God damn.
I just now forgot his name too.
I never.
I was actually
I've
about
heard
to
it like a
look
it up.
million
Okay.
fucking times, but every time I remember it or I'll get his name and then I forget it because I just know him as.
Jose.
Jose. I knew it was
That's
something
what
Mexican.
it was. Okay, yeah. I asked him, and
knew that.
he kind of mumbled it, and I didn't want to assume that it was Jose. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was listening to like some old school rock in here, just blaring it. So I was like, "There's no way he said Jose."
He said Josue.
But yeah, so I mean, like he's been a listener for quite a while, you know, and he came through twice and helped, and like I said, Craig from Florida came through that time. He actually came through again, but we weren't working on it that time, so he
Yeah,
didn't.
that's cool.
Yeah, and you know, and all our close friends that's been helping out with this shit, it's cool as shit, you know, and it's just weird, you know, because in my shoes, it's like, it's, you know, it's my shop, you know what I mean? And I know this isn't like y'all's like place and stuff. And I don't know, like I was even telling my wife, I was like, I don't know how to say thank you enough. You know what I mean? Like I don't really have the money to be like, hey, you get a car, you know, like, I don't have that, but
You get a nug. You get a nug.
but it's like, you know, it's one of those things. Like I just hope that that either A, I can return the favor in some way with something, you know, in the future, or you know, if I've somehow become a millionaire, then I'll fucking make it
All
right.
out. Entourage type of shit.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine everybody wants to be involved, A, because they're friends and they're cool with you, but it's because people, they like what you're doing. And it's like, if you want to support that, if you want to, just like you were saying, trying to support the IMS and make something cooler to get more people involved, because they could just as simply say, we don't make enough money in Dallas. There's not enough people. We're
And
cutting
dip
that one
out,
out.
yeah.
I mean, that's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
So the hardest thing to do is to get people involved and be like, dude, if y'all want motorcycle shit to go down, you have to show up. You just have to be involved.
Yeah.
That's part of the gig, is to be involved. It's like, if this is a growing podcast, it's something that you started from nothing. If you want to keep enjoying it and you can be involved with it, like to me, it's kind of crazy not to. Like, take that inspiration from someone
Yeah.
else's inspiration. Like, feed off of that.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, it's like I said, this whole deal wasn't very cheap, but I mean, it definitely was possible because of all of you guys coming and working and helping and stuff.
Making shit happen.
Like I said, I have a really nice FXR and all this fucking wood and sheetrock and carpet and stuff. Really nice FXR.
I got that ball of shit.
You know, like it was funny because I got an FXR down there that I had every intention of having done to ride at IMS this weekend.
Okay.
And then, and now I got a fucking studio in the shop.
Yeah, you got to let the people know I sacrificed an FXR for this.
Dude, and I even thought about selling that FXR at one point just to kind of continue to
help
fund
fund
this.
it, yeah.
Because I, you know, the budget that I had in mind completely went over that, and I don't know where the extra money came from to kind of get it to this point. You know, like we still don't have trim downstairs, but I think we'll be okay.
Dude, y'all finished that? I mean, like the last time I saw it, we just finished the sheetrock. And then we left, and I was like, "All right, it's got to get taped, bedded, painted, and fully assembled." Like,
See,
finish.
when I was gone, like, you know, Matt sent me a picture the next day because I was in Oklahoma, and he showed me like y'all had finished like the drywall.
wall, yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck, that's crazy." And then like when I got back, the tape and bed was done, but the shop was a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
And so like I just couldn't enjoy it because I'm a very huge neat freak, and this fucking place was just disgusting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because like we cleaned up after we did the wall, but then
Tape
after
bed came through.
the tape and bedding was going, I came in and I took pictures of it and I showed you, and at the same time I was like, maybe if I just take it at this angle, it won't look as bad because I saw just everything.
Yeah, I mean,
everywhere.
that shit's a mess.
I was
Yeah.
like, where's
Talk
the
about making
trash
a mess.
can? Is it over there?
Yeah.
I was literally gone from here for a week when I was sick, and then I saw when he got back from Oklahoma and posted like they had already fucking painted everything.
Well, the
which
day that I
was
got
like,
back,
"God
I got
damn."
back Saturday or Sunday night at 1 a.m. And the next day, I woke up.
You and Britta.
Me, Britta, and my daughter, we went and had breakfast. We went and saw my grandmother and mom, and then came here to pay my uncle for doing the tape and bedding. And I saw it, and literally we went from here to like, we went shopping to get some shoes for my daughter. And then I dropped them off, went to Home Depot, picked up the paint, and then me and Matt stayed up here like 1 o'clock last Monday.
Yeah.
And we went through that whole 5-gallon thing and almost completely painted everything. We didn't have the ceiling in half this wall right here.
Yeah.
So the next day I bought another 5-gallon thing, and then that's when my fucking toothache thing happened.
God,
And
yeah, I
so-
seen it and I was like, oh, dude, nothing's worse than a fucking toothache.
So I was kind of freaking out because I had this massive toothache and my face swelled up on Christmas Day. So Christmas Day, I pretty much passed out. Actually, I bought the flooring, the wood in there, the day before Christmas, and then I came up here the next day on Christmas after everything was done with the family and started doing it. And I remember like just being so exhausted from being on the pain pills and my face was pounding that I like was sitting on the floor leaning up against the wall like damn near passing out for probably 45 minutes just sitting there. Just kind of
trying
like
to come around.
like
hope
the
they
floor
find
was
it.
kind of there, you know, but
You're just kind of melting.
I
in the
might
wall
die
there
here.
for a minute.
yeah.
Like I might have
okay
taken
with
one
this.
too many pain pills.
Yeah,
then,
I saw you. I was like, damn, nigga, you getting a fight?
You got your ass whipped.
And then, like I said, and then after the paint was done, it was kind of a scramble trying to find someone to do the carpet, but that ended up working out.
Yeah.
And then,
Blood red.
yeah,
That shit is cool though. It needed. That
I was
pop.
I was gonna scratch the trim idea, but as this thing started to come together, like with things, it's almost like everything that wasn't right was standing out so much. Like there's 3 chairs down there, right? Those 3 ugly ass chairs I just put out in the fucking parking lot. Those were going to be the chairs in here, but after this room was like carpet was
nice.
done, it's like there's no fucking way
Nah,
I'm
dude.
putting those fucking ugly ass chairs in this room. And you know that's kind of how come I'm broke now because of this shit.
I went too far.
Yeah.
But dude, like with these mics
couldn't
and stuff,
stop.
I seen you like setting these mics up to play with. I was like, dude, that's some legit shit. Like,
Well,
that's
these
cool.
mics are the Patreon actually paid for these. Like this was a couple of months of Patreon
Yeah, go
saved
Patreon.
up. Yeah. And so like we got the mics, and then I sold those FXR wheels I bought, or I used to have for mine. That's what bought this right here. And
I wanted those wheels for so long.
dude, I want them back. So
It's like, dude,
it sucks. I sold them, and then literally a month later, I got an FXR. I was like, "The fuck did I need rims for?" You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no
Not like I
shit.
just got an FXR that has some nice mags. I got an FXR with some fucking busted ass spokes,
jank.
the single disc and everything. And I'm like, I had fucking the setup.
Yeah,
You know,
you did.
nothing like selling $4,000 wheels for less than half price, and then wanting them and knowing that you're never going to be able to get that deal again.
No. You told me a price one time, and I was like, you asshole. Like, why would you tell me that? Like, you're almost making me do this.
Brad has a nice set of Lindahl sitting at the house.
That's what he was saying, because I was thinking about doing my bike orange and pretty much all orange and black. And he's like, I got the perfect set of wheels for you. I was like,
He does.
I got to spend that money on other things.
All right,
It's got to come in due time.
we got to be done.
Cool.
Maddie Pooh's got to go sleep.
Thank you guys for real.
Yeah. You're
Appreciate it.
welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
No
fun.
problemo.
All right,
Teamwork makes the dream work.
ski
I
ski.
love you guys.
Peace.
I really hope you guys enjoyed that. I had a great time talking with them as always, and you know, it was really just cool to sit there and just you know, share this experience with somebody, you know, in a physical form. That sounded gay, but anyway. I want to thank our sponsors, Simpson Motorcycle Helmets on Instagram and SimpsonMotorcycleHelmets.com, Dream Rides John on Instagram and TeamDreamRides.com, Big Bear Performance.com, as well as Big Bear Choppers on Instagram, Paint Huffer Metal Flake on Instagram and PaintHuffer.com, Fast Life 12 for 10% off at checkout, Thundermax EFI on Instagram and ShopTmax.com, and LexonMotorcycle.com, Fast Life for 15% off, and LexonMoto on Instagram. Thank you guys for doing all this stuff. And you know, once again, I just had to throw a quick plug, man. The Patreon is really going to be the next, you know, it paid for some of the things to do this stuff. You know, that's really how we're going to have to grow this podcast, how we're going to be able to get guests to come to Texas and get, you know, I'm still shy a couple of video cameras I got to get for the video side of the podcast. So all the Patreon support goes to help growing this podcast. I guarantee you that to you. I'm not going out getting lap dances with that. It's going towards this podcast, from travel to microphones and equipment to whatever it is that we have to do to kind of make this podcast a better experience for the people doing the podcast and on the podcast. And also, if you're still listening, I want to say that this month if you are a Patreon subscriber, then we're going to be giving away a gift box from Lex and Moto to somebody on our Patreon. So look forward to that. And we're working on a helmet deal too to start giving away a Simpson helmet this month and maybe every month this year. So check it out. Patreon's where to go if you want to support this podcast. All it takes is $1 a month. That's $12 a year if you're going to stick around that long. I hope it doesn't inconvenience you that much, but it makes a big difference in the growth of this podcast. So thank you all. You can do whatever you want. $1 is all it takes, but whatever, man. I appreciate it. Looking forward to this weekend. We're going to have Steve Chamberlain, Mark Matthews, otherwise known as T-Bart Jesus, Curtis Hoffman, my machinist on Instagram, Justin, he's a badass, and maybe some more podcasts going down this weekend. So stay tuned. We're going to have some good shit coming this January. Plus, we're going to LA again for a week for family stuff, and we will be stopping through San Diego, Los Angeles, and Phoenix, which means that I'm going to try to get those podcasts that I haven't got yet. So looking forward to January. And like I said, that Patreon is what's helping make this shit happen. So check it out. Check out our sponsors and I'm done. Happy New Year, everyone. We'll see you in 2020.